region of Northwest Alabama. A couple of teams trying to flex their respective muscles today. Valdosta State Blazers and the Grand Valley State Lakers. Number 2 and number 1 respectively. These two teams have held down those positions in the polls for the last 14 consecutive weeks. I'm Mark Jones along with Bob Davey, Holly Rowe down in the field. We are set for the opening kickoff. Grand Valley State will receive the opening kick. They come into the season, this game, 13-0 overall. Meanwhile, the Blazers come in 14-0. Grand Valley State making its way back to the title game after losing in the championship game last year. Brandon Langston got a nice seam and a good return out beyond the 30-yard line, out to the 33. Let's take a look at the starting quarterback for Grand Valley State. Curt Ains, a 6'2 senior, threw 44 touchdown passes on the season against just 5 interceptions. He is the player of the year in Division II college football. There he is, number 7. First down and 10 for Grand Valley State from their own 33-yard line. A blitz coming off the edge. Ains, incomplete, intended for Terrence Banks. Take a look at the backs and receivers. Reggie Spearman, the team's top running back. David Kircus, the team's top receiver.
Mark, David Kircus, great story in Division II. 32 touchdown catches this year, 22 straight games catching a touchdown.
This is an offense, folks, that averages about 48 points a game.
You see already, Mark, the no-huddle spread attack of Grand Valley. This is a prolific offense, number 1 in Division II football in total offense and scoring offense.
And Curt Ains steps back and calls a timeout for Grand Valley State University, apparently not liking what he saw after lining up at the line of scrimmage. Here's the guys that have been protecting Ains all season long. Bork, Martin, Hosford, Dosser, and Westrick to start right tackle.
They have only given up 10 sacks all season, and Grand Valley's thrown the ball over 400 times. That's an unbelievable statistic.
Pretty unbelievable. And the guys up front, meanwhile, for the Blazers, Dwayne Smith, one of the key players to watch in the middle for Valdosta State, number 98. Brian Kelly is the head coach for Grand Valley State University. He is in his 12th year, the 5th head coach in the school's history with a winning percentage of about 75%. And he sensed a certain confidence, Bob, about them coming into this game. And why not when you look at their numbers?
No question, Mark. And it's remarkable what both of these teams have accomplished. There's 156 teams in Division II. They all started in August with the same goal of getting to this national championship game. There's only 2 of them left standing right now.
On second down, a little receiver screen to Terrence Banks, who got rocked just short of the 40-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and about 3 to go. Seth Dickerson making the stop. Here's a look at the Valdosta State linebackers, Carter, Kost, and Adams.
Marlon Adams, a big playmaker, 17 tackles for a loss on the season.
Meanwhile, in the secondary, Burks and Turner on the corners. Dickerson, who made the tackle moments ago, and Brown, the safeties. 3rd down and about 2 to go for Grand Valley State on this, their opening drive of the ball game.
And you see Curt Ains checking the play at the line of scrimmage. Comes with the draw to Reggie Spearman.
And Spearman is stopped up for a loss of the play of about 1 yard by number 98, Dwayne Smith, the 6', 285-pound senior. And the Lakers will have to punt on their first possession. It's not something that happens often to them.
It doesn't happen much at all. Grand Valley's only punted the ball an average of 2.5 to 3 times a game this entire season, Mark. So this punt team has not been tested a whole lot.
Matt Rennery averaging a little over 32 yards per punt. A lefty with a low line drive. That'll take a Laker bounce out of bounds at the 21-yard line, which is where Valdosta State and their quarterback, Buster Faulkner, will start the offense after that 41-yard punt. Faulkner with some pretty impressive numbers himself on the season. 41 touchdown passes against just 14 picks. And here's a look at the backs and receivers. They're led by Aaron Jenkins, the team's top back. Reggie Mosley, number 4, the team's best receiver.
Aaron Jenkins, Mark, can fly. Number 14, the tailback. He's only about 5'6". But he can fly. First time he ever touched the ball in college football, he went 55 yards for a touchdown.
There's an offense that averages about 34 points a game. High-octane offensive units on the field. The pass is complete to C.J. Lofton, still on his feet. Lofton knocked out of bounds at the 37-yard line. A pickup of 15 on the play and a first down for Valdosta State. Here's a look at their offensive line. Sheeler, Howard, Dodson, McDavis, and Hutto, the right tackle.
This is the question mark right here. They have 4 new starters. They've given up 52 sacks on the year. Compare that, Grand Valley's only given up 10 sacks, Mark.
Grand Valley's defense a little bit underestimated. A nice play that time, a tackle for a loss on Aaron Jenkins, made by Keontae Marshall. Marshall up front, joined by Hosford, Chad Risk, and Dan Vaughn. They have 3 all-conference performers up front.
And Keontae Marshall, transfer from Hawaii, 6 foot, close to 300 pounds. Playmaker up front. He's a force.
Yeah, Bob pretty light on his feet on that last play. Second down and 12 for Valdosta State. Lofton in motion. Quick 3-step drop and it's complete. Out of bounds near the first down marker to Bama Adams, the 5'9" freshman. Close to the first down. Here's a look at the linebackers. Estes, Williams, and Gray.
A talented group. Melvin Estes, really like a nickelback in the game at 185 pounds.
Lewis and Smith on the corners, Hawkins and Mackey's the safeties.
Scott Mackey, defensive secondary player of the year in Grand Valley's conference. Mark sets up a big third down and real short right here. You see Valdosta in our backs.
The lead back is Lee Tarpley. They run the ISO. And they get the first down behind a nice running of Aaron Jenkins, the 5'7" junior brought down by Will Gray, number 39. One more look at the quarterback, Buster Faulkner.
Well, Buster Faulkner, Mark, a sophomore, great numbers, has thrown 41 touchdowns on the season, but you see early how he gets those statistics. A lot of short, quick passing game. Get it to those receivers. They have big-time playmakers at receiver.
First down and 10. Handoff. Lee Tarpley stopped up right near the line of scrimmage.
Play game, maybe a yard.
Going to be tough sledding inside for Valdosta State against that front. Chris Hatcher's career ended right here on this field back in 1994 in double overtime, and he told his team before the game that it wasn't a very nice feeling, his Valdosta State crew losing. And he wants to make sure that his team's final game of the season is a good one. Second down and 19. Faulkner with plenty of time. What a catch. It wasn't drawn up that way, but Aaron Jenkins caught the ball, and he was brought down by Lewis. There you see some of the scramble ability of Faulkner.
You see the ability right there of Faulkner just making something happen, but you also see the inexperience of Faulkner. Mark, this could have been a disaster right here as you see him flip the ball up in the air. Fortunately, they survived to set up a third down and 6 right here.
Faulkner is 3 of 3 passing so far. Pass is incomplete. And it'll be 4th down for Valdosta State. They'll punt. It was tipped by Will Gray. Lucius Hawkins also in on the neighborhood, and in for the punt is Ken Barnett, averaging a little over 37 per.
Mark, one of the best punt returners in football, Scott Mackey. He's yet to fair catch a punt this season back for Grand Valley.
And the streak lives right up the gut as Mackey, a nice return out near the 35-yard line. And that's where Grand Valley State will start their second offensive possession. 21 yards on the return. We'll be right back.
Watch Monday Night Countdown, 7:30 Eastern on ESPN, delivered by UPS.
The Maglite flashlight. We could go on and on why Maglite is one of the world's most durable flashlights. Or we could just hit it with a Mack truck.
anniversary, honey.
Yeah, happy anniversary.
There's something I gotta do.
Oh, yeah? What?
I love this woman! I love her!
What are you doing? Stop.
Okay, then I guess this will have to do.
Oh, my God. I love this man. I love him. I love him. I love him.
My promise to you is this. If you believe in yourself, if you never quit,
That's how it's done.
you'll be a winner.
You understand? Yes, sir.
Rewards of victory are high, but so's the price.
Your back's gonna be against the wall a lot in life. You might as well get used to it.
Who's ready to pay up?
He's gonna lead Texas A&M out of the wilderness.
Tom Berenger as Paul Bear Bryant, The Junction Boys, tonight at 9 p.m. on ESPN.
Mark Jones back along with Bob Davey. Holly Rowe down in the field. Bob, no polls, no computers, no votes, just number 1 against number 2 on the field.
You're exactly right, and you sense the atmosphere here. It's a national championship game. You see the kind of effort we're getting already on this field early in this game. It's being played at a very high pace. I look for that to continue, Mark.
These two teams have gone through a playoff-type format. They've played 3 playoff games to get to this point. First down and 10 for the Lakers. Ains has it tipped, and it's incomplete at the 33-yard line. Fatari Lyons batted it down near the line of scrimmage.
Mark, this is a remarkable story. Curt Ains last night was awarded the Harlan Hill Trophy for the Player of the Year in Division II football. He's had a remarkable career at Grand Valley.
A career, Bob, that almost ended last year, the result of a knee injury. Actually, last year at this time in this very game, the finals, he was forced to watch the game from the sidelines because he had injured his knee, tore it up completely, dislocated the kneecap, tore a tendon, a big one in the knee, in the first playoff game last year. Watched the game from the sidelines on crutches, and what an amazing rehab story to lead his team back to this point.
It is an amazing story. In fact, he started out this season, he had 5 sacks. He took 5 sacks in the first game of the year against UC Davis, as you see the brace he wears there. They've only had 10 sacks all year. He had 5 sacks in the first game of the year. He didn't have confidence. He didn't want to move around. They contemplated actually redshirting him because you can play in the first 3 games and still have your redshirt year. But he came on and had great confidence, regained the confidence in the knee, and just had an unbelievable senior season. As we see Tobias Carter down on the field, which appears to be a knee injury, Mark.
Yeah, they are working on his leg. Tobias Carter, the 6'3", 195-pound senior, one of several seniors on that Valdosta State team, one of the leaders on that defensive unit. Rodney Edwards, his backup at that strong linebacker position. They have had several injuries over the past couple of weeks.
Mark, we're going to get a chance to look at it again right here. Just a simple case of him going up, trying to make a play on the ball. The ball was deflected. He probably tried to change his angle in midair and came down at an unfortunate angle on that knee.
One of those freakish non-contact injuries, but good to see him get up on his own and walk off the field.
Mark, when you talk about this Valdosta State defense, you're talking about speed and athleticism as a group. Without a doubt, we talked to Grand Valley's coaches yesterday. Man-to-man, this is the most physically talented team Grand Valley's played all year.
Let's check in downstairs with Holly Rowe. Holly?
Guys, you're talking about Grand Valley State's quarterback, Curt Ains. Well, he's got a pretty good guy to throw it to. Kircus, otherwise known as David Kircus, is the all-time leader in career touchdowns in all divisions of the NCAA. He's had 60 touchdowns in the last 2 years getting the ball. Watch for him today.
All right, here's Ains looking Kirkus's way. And Kircus makes the catch complete at the 41-yard line. He was working on Elliott Burks. Kircus, a nice target at 6'3", 185 pounds.
You see Kircus right here. One of the best receivers, Mark, I've seen all year on tape. I don't care what division or what level we're talking about. 69 career TDs, 22 straight games catching a touchdown.
A quick receiver screen is complete to Banks. And Banks has a first down for Grand Valley State into Valdosta State territory at the 38-yard line. Terrence Banks, the 5'9 senior, one of 20 playing today for them.
The plan early in this football game, come out and run some bubble screens. The reason, wear Valdosta's defense down. Grand Valley doesn't think Valdosta, Mark, has a particular amount of depth on the defensive line. They're going to try to get that defensive line running, chasing those footballs on the screen.
First down and 10 for the Lakers. Ames to pass. Incomplete, juggled by Lecruccio. It'll be second down and 10. It was in his arms and catchable. But Ames put it right there.
Excellent throw right here by Lecruccio. They come down and run the square in route. Had a chance to make the play. The ball bounces up in the air. Fortunate that Wesley Brown right there did not come up with the interception. Well-thrown football by Curt Ames.
Sets up a second down and 10. Trips right formation. They set up the screen, and it's incomplete. Intended for Mike Holloway, a little middle screen. But Aganga Williams was covering him right there, number 23. It'll be third down and long.
Marcus, we look at 3rd and 10 coming up right here. Really, for Grand Valley, they're in 4-down territory. I don't know that I've seen a team go for it more on 4th down than I have Grand Valley. Of course, Brian Kelly, the coach, he's also the offensive coordinator. Anytime the head coach is the offensive coordinator, they don't want to give that football back.
Here's Ames to pass on 3rd and 10. Brought down and sacked at the 46-yard line by Jason Koss. That's Valdosta's 56th sack this season.
The key to this football game, Mark, is pressure. Can Valdosta get pressure on a team that's only given up 10 sacks? Right off the bat, they answer the question. They can.
Henry to punt, standing at his own 42, a low snap. Lefty's going to aim it. Oh, that's a nice pitch and stick out of bounds. At about the 2-yard line, a 42-yard punt. Valdosta State with the ball 98 yards away from a score. Hitting hard, as always, in a title game.
Welcome to the kingdom.
Are we there yet?
No.
Are we there yet?
No.
Simpsons Talking Watches, now only at Burger King. Just $2.39 each with the purchase of any value meal.
Cool your jets, man.
Burger.
Collect all 4. And our big double cheeseburger is just 99 cents. With 2 slices of melted cheese and 2 juicy flame-broiled patties. More beef than a big and tasty. Hurry, offers end soon.
Where is it?
It's
great.
Well, come on in.
Wow.
Told you. You have this in your living room. Mm-hmm. It's just speechless, aren't you?
Full-on high definition, flat-out gorgeous color. Sharp, crisp, clear, plasma TV. This is it.
Congrats, my man.
Thank you.
What is this, about 4 inches thick?
3 9/16 actually. Hey, don't touch.
Man, I would never leave the house.
I'd never leave the room.
So, can I stay over? Seriously. Where can you get the big names in plasma technology with professional installation? Where can you get 0% financing? Where can you get online information and a price match guarantee? Sears, where else?
The NCAA Division II Football Championship, brought to you by Burger King. Now, for a limited time at Burger King, get a Simpsons Talking Watch for just $2.39 with the purchase of any value meal. Price and participation may vary. And by Musco Lighting. From community ball fields to professional sports stadiums, Musco makes sports lighting happen.
A beautiful day here in Florence, Alabama. Zeros on the scoreboard. Valdosta State with the ball on their own 2-yard line. Buckner just out of the arms of number 4, Reggie Mosley, who had gotten in behind Darren Smith. Reggie Mosley with some speed going deep. I got it.
Mark, Grand Valley is an 8-man front that likes to lock those corners out there man-to-man. Here you see the corner locked up with Reggie Mosley, probably the fastest player or second fastest player on Valdosta's team. 1st and 10, excellent play call by Chris Hatcher right there, trying to loosen up that defense.
A pretty nice throw, too, by Faulkner. They run it. This is Jenkins bouncing it into the boundary. And pushed out of bounds at the 44-yard line. Got a nice block on the play by Lee Tarpley to spring him loose, but a pickup of 41 yards on the play and a first down for the Blazers.
They come with the simple lead play right here. You're going to see an excellent block right here by Tarpley, but Jenkins busted outside, Mark, and you see the sprinter speed that he has. Offensive Player of the Year in the conference. He's only 5'6", but he can scoot.
Yeah, you talked about his speed. The former 100-meter champ in the state of Georgia back in high school. We have a timeout called by Valdosta State. Pardon me, Grand Valley State. Let's go downstairs to Holly.
Guys, terrible news right now for the Valdosta State defense. Tobias Carter is out for the game with a torn anterior cruciate ligament. This young man's a senior. He is just crying on the sidelines, and his teammates are visibly shaken. He is a guy that on the warm-ups had the most energy on this defense. It is a big, big blow for this defense right now.
We're going to see how much, if any, it takes the wins out of their collective sales, but boy, that is a big loss, you would think, anyway.
Mark, sometimes with a leader like that, a vocal guy, the team steps up. It actually does the reverse thing, where there's so much love and so much caring about that player that doesn't have a chance to play in a national championship game. The other players step up a little bit.
He was pivotal in their 14-0 road to the championship for Valdosta State. 11-0 on the regular season, champs in the Gulf South Conference, and then 3 consecutive wins to put them in this game today. A close win. They had 3-point victory against Carson Newman. They had 2 3-point games along the way this year.
Mark, and when we talk about Valdosta and their road here to the game, let's not take for granted how they got here to play the national championship today. They had to bus 9 hours busing from Valdosta, Georgia. The NCAA has a rule. If you're over 500 miles, they fly you. They're at 475. I think the NCAA should have gone ahead and given those extra 25 miles and flew this football team over here.
I'll try to cheat that a little bit. Here's a little flanker screen complete to Tyrone Jordan. And Jordan is stopped up shy of midfield by Orlando Williams, Grand Valley State's leading tackler. And a nice gain for Valdosta State.
A tremendous lick right there on the little screen pass by Orlando Williams. And you're going to see Orlando Williams right here chase the ball inside out. And right there, that is a great lick, great pursuit by Orlando Williams.
2nd down and 4 now for the Blazers. Adams, and he's got a man. Jordan. Brought down at the 9-yard line. It's 1st and goal. Hawkins saved the touchdown for the Lakers.
As many bubble screens as Valdosta throws, you're going to see them throw the bubble screen, and now the bubble screen and go. Excellent throw down the field to Tyrone Jordan. Bama Adams, the wide receiver on the bubble screen, Mark. Great play call by Chris Hatcher.
1st down and goal to go. The number 2 ranked Valdosta State Blazers are in scoring range. And Faulkner is sacked back at the 14-yard line. Good pressure from the backside. Dan Hosford and Dan Vaughn. Take one more look at that big 44-yard play moments ago.
This is a football team that throws as many screens as anyone in the country. Here you're going to show that they set up the bubble. Bama Adams throws the football down the field to Tyrone Jordan. That's a case of a well-coached defense reacting to a play that's the bread and butter for Valdosta. Valdosta comes off the second phase of that and throws the bubble and go. Great concept.
Real interesting chess match between the two coaching staffs right now, as Faulkner steps back and calls a timeout for Valdosta State. Grand Valley State not used to playing from behind. We'll be right back.
Tonight, it's the closest race in Heisman Trophy history. Ken Dorsey, Brad Banks.
Into the end zone. Touchdown.
Carson Palmer, Willis McGahee, Larry Johnson.
Look at him go.
The field is wide open, but who will strike the pose? A night of television that no football fan will want to miss. The Heisman Trophy presentation presented by Wendy's at 8, followed by the Junction Boys at 9. Tonight, only on ESPN.
I got a new job in a new city. I wanted to bank when and where it was convenient for me. Gary at National City took care of it. I've got ATMs everywhere, free checking, a Visa check card, and online banking. Gary understood me, but that's no surprise, because the people at National City don't see me like this. They see me for who I really am.
I'm Brian Spencer, and my bank is National City.
A festive atmosphere will draw attention to Chevy's year-end event.
Maybe we'll stick to what we do best. Now get $3,000 total cash back on every 2003 Chevy pickup during the year-end event. Or just announced, now get 0% APR for 60 months on 2003 Chevy SUVs.
Ah, mistletoe.
Hurry, cashback ends January 2nd. See your West Michigan Chevy dealer today.
We are in the Shoals, the Muscle Shoals region in northwest Alabama. A couple teams flexing their muscles right now, especially the Blazers from Valdosta State. Right now within scoring range at Grand Valley State's 12. Second and goal. Jordan is stopped up just inside the 10 by Orlando Williams, who's been busy on defense. Joe Ballard also helping on the stop.
Mark, you see, this is a game today of open field tackling. Grand Valley State has to tackle in the open field because it's obvious Buster Faulkner is going to get the football to those receivers on short underneath routes. So tackling today is the key.
Should be a little bit easier on a rather dry field. It rained a lot here during the last couple of days, but the field holding up pretty well right now. Third down and goal for the Blazers. And Faulkner throws it away, a wise decision. So the Laker defense holds on first and goal. Good pressure up front. And also coming from Lucius Hawkins.
Good decision by Buster Faulkner. Don't make a bad situation worse. Throws the football out of bounds. Gives them an opportunity right here for a field goal.
Will Rohde in to try a field goal. Coming from about 26 yards out. And it's good. Valdosta State taking the lead 3-0. It's not often that Grand Valley State has to play from behind, but that's where they find themselves right now with that #1 ranking on the line.
So if I ran an online trading company, here's the way it would work. You'd make your trade, you'd pay the fee, a standard fee. No order handling fees or share limitations. I guess I'd run it like Ameritrade.
At Ameritrade, every online equity trade is $10.99, including stop and limit orders. No handling fees, no share limits, no gimmicks. Ameritrade, what's your share? Open an account at Ameritrade.com today and get 25 commission-free internet equity trades, and you could be trading the same day you apply.
I swim the 200. I study sociology. I grind out laps. I cram for tests. I race nationals. I take finals. And when I finish, I'll be ready to start. There are 360,000 NCAA student athletes. and we're all training to perform in whatever we go on to do.
Hey, Zip. Not moving so fast anymore. I was the man. Before Imagistics, you needed me. I need 200 copies. Now.
Let's see if you still have it.
200 color copies. Scanned to email. To our branch office. Now.
Imagistics, providing dependable office document equipment for over 25 years.
I still got it.
Well, last year's championship game, quarterback Curt Ains watched from the sidelines on crutches. Meanwhile, Ryan Brady's 12-yard touchdown run late in the fourth gave the Lakers a 14-10 lead. But then Kelly Klosterman with a pass to Luke Schuschner took the ball all the way down to the one. Then North Dakota punched it in on the next play and went on to win it by a score of 17-14. Grand Valley State was a mere 29 seconds away from winning the title. But coming out of that locker room, their motto was finish what we started. And that's what brings them here today. A short kickoff out to the 30. Lakers going to have good field position. Justin Cesanti, the backup fullback, taking it out to the 43-yard line. Curt Ains putting up some very impressive numbers during the course of his career.
That is unbelievable. And over the last 5 games of this season, which are playoff games, 3 of them, completing 75% of his passes over the last 5 games.
Overcoming a lot of adversity. We chronicled the knee injury, fractured his thumb in spring ball. Got back just in time, a couple days before the first game against UC Davis to play. First down and 10 for the Lakers. Ains complete to Kircus. Kircus still on his feet. And the circus is in town. David Kircus down to the 9-yard line.
You're going to see Elliot Burks, number 31, try to make a play on this football. He doesn't get the ball stripped out, and you're going to see Kircus now show the kind of ability he has. But Elliot Burks went for the football, undercut it. Mark, if you're not 100% sure you can make a play on the football, then you have to be in position to tackle the receiver after he catches it.
He paid the price that time. Inside handoff to Reggie Spearman. Touchdown, Lakers. Just like that, they strike back and score. In 2 plays.
You see why, Mark, they've scored 60 points or more 4 times this year and 50 points or more 3 times this year. They're an explosive offense.
Reggie Spearman with his 21st rushing touchdown of the season. Well, I said Grand Valley State wasn't used to playing from behind. It didn't last for that long, did it, Bob? All of about 30 seconds, 2 plays, low snap. Extra point is good. The Lakers lead 7-3.
Mark, Grand Valley really only has 1 running play. They love to pull the tackle or the guard around, hand the football to Reggie Spearman on a wrap play. I've never seen a team run the same play as many times, but you see the elusiveness right here of Reggie Spearman.
And the play that led to that touchdown was the big one by Kircus. A 50-yard pickup on a pass and run.
Well, you see the ability of David Kircus, but you also see Elliot Burke right here, goes for the interception, and there's nobody behind you. There's nothing but grass. So a very aggressive move by the corner, Elliot Burke, and now David Kircus shows the ability he has. Mark, he's 6'3", 40-inch vertical, very explosive receiver.
He's one of about 5 guys that have drawn the attention of NFL scouts at Grand Valley State. Scouts have made the trip up to Allendale to check out both Ains and Kircus. Ains, meanwhile, becoming the D2 all-time leader in total offense. Well, the fireworks are officially underway here, Bob Davey.
And that's 23 straight games. David Kircus has scored a touchdown, which is remarkable. That leads all divisions in football, all-time record.
And 4 coming last week. Mosley fumbles the kickoff and is brought down at the 17-yard line. Let's go downstairs to Holly Rowe.
Guys, you mentioned Grand Valley State, 29 seconds away from the national championship last year. Brian Kelly immediately had these dog tags made up for his team. They've worn them since last season. Every player on the team, including the coaches, wear this dog tag under their jerseys right now. They want to finish what they started. 20 seniors were on that team, an integral part of this offense and defense. They are out to finish what they started.
Mark, how about this? Grand Valley, 32 of their last 33 games they've won. Last year, they averaged 54 points over 600 yards and didn't win a national championship, averaging 54 points a game.
Makes you wonder what it takes sometimes. C.J. Lofton making the catch on the play out to the 24-yard line. It'll be second down and about 4 to go. Love the idea of the dog tags. Anything that motivates and works in the end. They better make sure that Valdosta State don't play the role of dog catchers today. 7-3.
You see Valdosta come out in their polecat formation where they spread the field right here, simply throw the screen.
Lofton making the catch once again. Out over the 30 to the 31-yard line, and that'll give them the first down. The old polecat. We're waiting for that one, Bob.
When you look at this polecat, the reason they call it the polecat, it's a skunk formation. Look at the receiver spread out across the field. It's one of those things that a defense has to take time and prepare for. It's really a pain for defensive coaches. But the skunk and the polecat, all it is to skunk that defensive team.
Sounds like a country song there, buddy. First down and 10 for Valdosta State. And a nice run up the gut by Aaron Jenkins. Folks, it's the most wide-open race in Heisman history. Ken Dorsey, Willis McGahee, both of Miami, Carson Palmer, USC, Larry Johnson of Penn State, and Brad Banks of Iowa have a shot at the most prestigious award in college football. Don't miss the Heisman Trophy presentation presented by Wendy's tonight at 8 Eastern. Second down and short, about 1 to go for the Blazers. Jenkins has the first down. At the 43-yard line, brought down by Dustin Cole. Hey, Bob, are you surprised at all by the fact that Valdosta State has really kept Grand Valley State off balance?
Well, they're upset because they had to take a bus 9 hours, and Grand Valley got to fly down here and got here in about an hour and 30 minutes.
And here comes the polecat again.
It's the polecat again.
Valdosta State running the ball well here in the early going. And Faulkner keeps it himself and crosses the 45-yard line. Deontay Marshall making the stop. Both of these teams really don't waste much time up the line of scrimmage.
Mark, if you look at this, you see how difficult it is to prepare. There's just one linebacker and only 2. You have them outnumbered 3 to 2. And he went ahead, Faulkner, and ran the quarterback sneak. That's probably what the numbers told him to do. I'm not sure that's a great check right there.
Second down and 8. A little more conventional formation. And a great tackle on Greg Lofton that time, made by Melvin Estes, number 10. You talked about it moments ago, a premium today on open field tackling.
And Melvin Estes is a guy the pro scouts like as a corner, and he actually plays linebacker. You're going to see the bubble screen, and he's just going to beat it with speed. You see the lineman coming to block him, but he just out-accelerates him and makes the play. Melvin Estes, outside linebacker, Mark, but the pros are looking at him as a corner, transferred from Nebraska, Omaha last year, immediately eligible to play this year.
Third down and 10 for Valdosta State. Trying to set up the screen, and Faulkner sacked back at the 30-yard line by Orlando Williams and Dan Hosford. It'll be 4th and long, go punt. That's the 54th sack of the season for the Lakers.
And just great recognition by Grand Valley State. Once again, Valdosta wanted to set up the screen. And you're going to see Aaron Jenkins hiding here, but look, they smell it out. Now there's nowhere for Faulkner to go, and they get the sack out of it. There's only so many times, Mark, you can throw the screen. At some point, you're going to have to throw the football down the field a little bit if you're Valdosta.
4th down and long, and into punt is Barnett under pressure. Got it away. That's Scott Mackey. Boy, Mackey really fearless again. Out to the 46-yard line. Well, speaking of Valdosta State, they advanced to today's championship game with a quarterfinal win over Carson Newman. Listen to the radio call by Dick Rocky.
Looking. Fades route. CJ. They jump. We're going to throw. Looking downfield. Reggie. Here comes on Reggie. 30, 25, 20. Oh, my God, what a catch. Here's Porter. We're blitzing. They pick it up. We hit him. He's sacked. We win.
The Velvet Tones of Dick Rocky, the voice of Blazers football.
And you notice when you win, it's we win. If they'd have lost, he might have said they lost.
Came up pretty quick, didn't it? Valdosta State, a burgeoning power in Division II football, 10-2, 12-1, and undefeated this year.
Mark, so many great players down there in the South Georgia, North Florida area where Valdosta is located.
There's Reggie Spearman on that rack play. It's over midfield down to the 49-yard line of Valdosta State. About 5 yards to go for the first down.
You see Grand Valley running the football here on first and second down with Reggie Spearman, Mark, trying to slow down that speed and that pressure of Valdosta's defensive front.
1:45 to go now in the first quarter. Grand Valley State leading 7-3.
You see Grand Valley spreading the field, no back formation right here, empty backfield. And it looks like a blitz, an all-out blitz by Valdosta, pressuring it.
A flag on the play. Number 70, Dale Westrick, may have moved it right.
Dead ball, false start on the offense. 5 yards from the previous spot. Remains third down.
Our officiating crew today from the Great Northwest Conference. Mike Batlin, the referee, the man wearing the white hat today. When he's not blowing the whistle, he is a bankruptcy trustee for the federal government.
Once again, the empty formation. The last time Valdosta chose to blitz it. Here they come again, Mark, an all-out blitz. Look out.
Kircus. He's got it, and he got a block. Kircus, the big top, makes it.
Valdosta tipped their hand on the empty formation before with the all-out blitz. Brian Kelly comes back and throws the jailbreak to Kircus, and he takes it to the house. If you're going to blitz empty, you better try to disguise it, Mark.
Kircus and Ames always operate on the same frequency, always on the same station, feeling the same vibe. They've been together for so long. The extra point is good. Off a much better snap this time. And the number 1 ranked Lakers lead Valdosta State 14-3. A 54-yard catch and run.
You're going to see Valdosta in an all-out man-to-man blitz. They're going to run the jailbreak, and you're going to watch the center come out and get a great block on the jailbreak screen right here. Number 61, Tom Hosford. And once he gets that crease, it's gone because Kircus can really run. Simple jailbreak, it's man-to-man. He hits the alley, and there you see the center, number 61, Tom Hosford. And bye-bye.
Season ago, Curt Ains was watching from the sidelines, wondering whether he'd ever make it back to playing football before, wondering whether he'd ever put the helmet and pads back on and even make it close to this championship game again.
Mark, there's always a little bit of talk when a team from the South plays a team from the North. Can they run?
We're bringing it home this time, baby.
The South doesn't dominate all the speed, as we can see. Kircus can flat run now.
Mosley up down at the 27-yard line.
Up down initially about 24. Ryan
Kircus, that was another touchdown catch and pass. And meanwhile, in 1954, folks, Bear Bryant took 115 football players into the desert in Junction, Texas. Only 35 would survive to play for him. ESPN Original Entertainment presents the Junction Boys tonight at 9 o'clock Eastern on ESPN, immediately following the Heisman Trophy presentation. And Paul Bear Bryant and Texas A&M subsequently.
I think that 1-9 was after the Junction season.
I think he wore
many players left after they got back from Junction.
Tough to play with 35 guys. Deontay Marshall making a stop on Aaron Jenkins. The Laker defense a little jacked up and juiced. That's the third sack of the ball game for them.
And you see Deontay Marshall, we mentioned before, 6 foot, about 300 pounds, great explosiveness. He went to Hawaii. He's from Saginaw, Michigan, went out to Hawaii. Didn't think it was nearly what it was supposed to be. I guess he didn't like that sand and those beaches and all that sunshine, Mark.
Hey, sometimes nothing like home. Second down and 15 for the Blazers. Underneath complete to Lofton, who was drilled immediately at the 22-yard line. A big hit by Orlando Williams and Melvin Estes.
Again, you see Valdosta coming back with just the simple underneath route. Grand Valley choosing to play maximum zone coverage, Mark. Just break on that football. Great hit by Estes and Orlando Williams.
Ames to Kircus. One of the indelible images of the season, and so far here after the first quarter of play. 14-3 when we come back.
Long before man first walked on the moon, master mechanic Sam Momolo was working on cars.
You know, it's not rocket science if you have the right set of tools. That's why this terrific new tool set from Gear Wrench is a must for any homeowner.
For tough jobs around the house, reach for the tool set more mechanics come home to. Gear Wrench, the 10-piece tool set that features the original ratcheting combination wrench with more speed, more torque, and more strength. In tight spots, Gear Wrench can turn fasteners with only 5 degrees of movement.
See the difference? You can't do that with a standard wrench.
And Gear Wrench is the only ratcheting combination wrench with Gear Force technology. So even worn, rusty fasteners are no match for Gear Wrench.
Nice.
Around the house, in the garage, or on the road, Gear Wrench takes on any tough job.
Bingo. Now that's handy.
The 10-piece Gear Wrench tool set, normally $59.99, is now available for only $49.99. It comes in SAE or metric sizes, and it's available at participating Lowe's Home Improvement Warehouse stores while supplies last.
Gear Wrench. Get it done right, get it done fast the first time.
Now a great idea has gotten even better. The Craftsman Speedlock Master Drill and Drive Set from Sears. It starts with the quick connector. It fits any drill and lets you change bits fast without rechucking. Just insert the bit, lock the collar, and you're ready to go. Now do even more with innovations like the Speedlock Combination Drill Driver. Just click it into the quick connector, and in one step, drill a pilot hole and countersink. With a quick flip, drive in the screw straight and flush without changing bits or tools. The Craftsman Speedlock 85-piece master set comes in this case. On sale now at just $89.99. Also included are wood boring bits, heavy-duty masonry bits, plus adapters, sockets, and a wide variety of driver bits. The Craftsman Speedlock master set is the easy way to tackle all of your drilling and driving projects.
Call 1-800-429-7997. That's 1-800-429-7997.
Now back to the Capital One All-America Mascot Pageant.
Our talented mascots perform a musical tribute.
Hey, Doug, crank it up, will you?
Don't miss Capital One Bowl Week on ESPN.
Ice. One day you find you're up to your waist in it. If being in it buys one more day on top of it, fill up the tub. Fill up the tub.
We are back in Florence, Alabama, home of W.C. Handy, the father of the Blues, among other notable people. Grand Valley State University fans making Bob. I think it's a 15-hour drive from Michigan?
And there are a bunch of Grand Valley fans down here. I'm impressed with the support they have.
They worked our hotel pretty well last night. A lovely Key West Inn. 14-3. Time for the Blazers to get to work. Faulkner. And it's picked off by Sidney Lewis. At everything hung up there forever. That's Lewis's second pick of the season.
Bad decision right here by Buster Faulkner. 3rd down and 14. He tries to go up the top. Just a poorly thrown, underthrown ball. Sidney Lewis comes up with the interception. Mark, that was a mistake right there. I guess the reasoning be that it's pretty close to the kind of yardage you would have gotten on the punt. Big defensive series right here early in the second quarter for Valdosta's defensive football team.
Any way you look at it, that was the first turnover in the ball game. Ames on the screen to Banks. What a move. Stopped on a dime. Down to the 22 and a first down. A touchdown-saving tackle made by Dickerson. And Westrick gave him a nice block, a pickup of 23 yards.
It's a bubble screen game. You're going to see more screens in this game. Quick pass right out here to Terrence Banks. You see Kircus blocking downfield. Look at the space right here. And all they want to do is create open space for Terrence Banks to work in. You see an excellent kickout block by Dale Westrick, as you mentioned, Mark. It's a bubble screen game. Spread the field, get the ball to speedy receivers in open space.
Ames under pressure and sacked. Back at the 24-yard line by Marlon Adams. That's a second sack of the ball game for Valdosta State. He's their leading tackler, and that's his 10.5 sack of the season. Marlon's one of the emotional leaders for that defense. Coaches tell me he's a big-time talker, but he backs it up, obviously.
He has some quickness. But, Mark, the point I want to make now, field position football game. Grand Valley started on the 45, 46, 43, their last 3 possessions.
Working with a short field. Kircus split wide to the bottom of your screen. Spearman on the handoff. Trying to get to the edge. Couldn't get by Wesley Brown with the straight up. He's pushed out of bounds at the 18-yard line. Well short of the first down.
You see Grand Valley come back again with their bread and butter play, Mark. The wrap play. They make a decision whether to pull the guard or the tackle. Here they pull the guard. They're going to kick out. Spearman off the draw action, slides up inside. They are a wrap blocking team, meaning either the guard or the tackle is going to pull, whichever one's conducive. What they try to do is find the bubble or the shades of the defense, the soft spot where to run it.
Kircus now in the slot left of quarterback Ames. They come into the boundary, and a great play defensively by Elliott Burks, number 31, who brought down Banks immediately.
Elliott Burks is an aggressive corner. Grand Valley comes back with the jailbreak screen this time. Elliott Burks just beats the block of the receiver, makes a play.
On 4th down and long, in comes the field goal unit as Ames comes off the field.
Grand Valley marked 9 for 9 on field goals. They don't get to kick many field goals because they normally score touchdowns.
No doubt. David Hendricks trying to be a perfect 10 for 10 on the season. He has a long of 42. And he just curled it inside that right upright. A 38-yard field goal gives Grand Valley State a 17-3 lead with just under 13 minutes to go in the first half. The Lakers with the lead when we come back.
Even with osteoarthritis, these arms still have a way with the ladies. These legs hardly miss a beat. And these hands. Oh, these hands haven't lost their touch. Celebrate. There's Celebrex. Just one Celebrex lasts 24 hours and provides strong arthritis pain relief. People with aspirin-sensitive asthma or allergic reactions due to aspirin or other arthritis medicines or certain drugs called sulfonamide should not take Celebrex. In rare cases, serious stomach problems such as bleeding can occur without warning. Tell your doctor if you have kidney or liver problems. Ask your doctor to find out if prescription Celebrex is right for you and call 1-888-CELEBREX. Celebrex for strong 24-hour relief of arthritis pain.
They were four guys going nowhere until a dream took them on the road to glory. Dennis Quaid in a real classic, Breaking Away. 9 Eastern Sunday on ESPN Classic.
It's the most wonderful week of the year. With those 50-yard kickings and risky flea flickings, the crowd starts.
Capital One Bowl Week, December 23rd through January 1st on ESPN and ESPN2.
Welcome back, everyone, to Florence, Alabama. Grand Valley State ranked number 1, leading 17-3 over number 2 ranked Valdosta State. Curt Ames, a quarterback, with a couple of big plays already in this game. One of them to his favorite receiver. Actually, 2 of them to his favorite receiver, David Kircus.
Mark, a lot of people may wonder what's the difference in Division II football. The biggest difference is scholarship numbers. Division II has 36 scholarships to give. Obviously, Division I at 85. I believe 1AA at 60 scholarships. So 36 scholarships. They say the head coach is really like a general manager in the NFL with a salary cap because they divide those 36 scholarships up a lot of different ways.
Slice it up, make it work. A couple of teams that have so far right here on the field. Mosley
out to the 35.
He appeared to put it on the ground and fumble it. And it's Blazer ball.
You're going to see the fumble right here. Close call whether or not he was down. Fortunately, Valdosta had a chance to get the football back.
Valdosta starting at its own 34-yard line. That's the best starting field position, Bob, they've had so far this afternoon.
And Mark, you see them in their favorite formation, split back shotgun, 3 wide receivers in the game. They come with the lead play right there to Aaron Jenkins.
Jenkins takes it up to the
on the
36-yard line. Aaron Jenkins, the 5'7" junior with speed to burn, the offensive player of the year in the conference, the Gulf Coast Conference this year. Had a sore ankle that he suffered in the game against Carson Newman, their first-round playoff game, but has since recovered for the most part. Sets up a 2nd down and 8 now for Valdosta State. They trail by 2 touchdowns.
You see right here, tight splits by the receivers of Valdosta, a lot of crossing routes. They love to cross the receivers, and right here you see the underneath route.
And they get to him with the blitz. Faulkner brought down by Keontae Marshall.
We'll lose about 7.
Marshall with his 11th sack of the season. Take a look at our ESPN game track. Ames becomes D2's all-time leader in total yards as he approaches 12,000 now, and Kircus with his 33rd touchdown reception this year. That's right, folks. Not career, this year. Jerry Rice and Troy Edwards couldn't top that.
Incredible statistic, Mark.
3rd down and 15.
You see Valdosta with trips into the boundary, into the short side of the field. They bring the motion back.
It's Jordan. Faulkner underneath. Complete, but short of the first down to Reggie Mosley. Tackled immediately by Lucius Hawkins. It'll be 4th down, and the Blazers will have to punt once again.
Another good job defensively by Grand Valley. John Jancic, the defensive coordinator, of just sitting back, playing zone coverage, and then teeing off on those little receivers on those crossing routes. Another 3 and out for the defense.
Barnett into punt once again. A low line drive, and you know Mackey's not going to call for the fair catch. Tackled back to the 40, it's on the ground. Valdosta State ball. The 2nd turnover of the game goes the Blazers' way.
Going to get a great look at it. He mentioned again, Scott Mackey, one of the best returners in the country. That ball's just stripped out of there, though, by number 47, Wesley Brown. Great effort right there. And Mark, the timing of that could not have been better because momentum definitely on the side of Grand Valley State.
And this is where they'll start, Valdosta State. Their best starting field position of the day at the 40-yard line of the Lakers. And a whistle on the field.
Grand Valley, that's their third and final timeout of the half.
Lakers called the timeout. Today's game is all about a measure of football immortality for players on both these teams. That's what they're playing for.
With 150 available accessories, the Dremel rotary tool is always the right tool for the job. You'll do just about anything to use it. The Dremel rotary tool. Make sure it's on your list.
You have the ultimate power to look better, to be stronger, to redefine your body and yourself. This is the Bowflex Power Pro. Quite possibly the most effective home fitness machine ever made. In as little as 20 minutes a day, 3 times a week, you can get real results that can change your entire body. With over 60 health club quality exercises and up to 410 pounds of resistance, it's like having an entire gym in your home. Bowflex is so effective that we guarantee you'll get the results you want in 6 weeks or less. You can own a Bowflex with no money down and payments as low as $33 per month. Call and ask for a free video and brochure, and check out the entire Bowflex lineup, or visit us on the web today. Redefine your body with Bowflex.
America is cheering the Junction Boys. Behringer's performance is undeniably forceful. His steeliest glare since Platoon.
I will not lose.
A rarity. ESPN scores. The Junction Boys, tonight at 9 p.m. on ESPN.
The NCAA Division II Football Championship, brought to you by Dremel. Tools for the imagination.
We are in lovely Florence, Alabama, on the banks of the meandering Tennessee River. Curt Haynes' team leading 17-3. I'm Mark Jones along with Bob Davey, Holly Rowe down in the field. Number 1 against number 2. Grand Valley State taking on Valdosta State. Both teams undefeated. Valdosta State at 14-0. Grand Valley State at 13-0. Blazers getting a break at just the right time on that fumble on the punt moments before the break. Faulkner to pass. A blitz coming off the edge, and they sack him back at the 44. Melvin Estes once again. They do so many good things with him, Bob.
Well, Mark, a zone blitz concept. They're in a 3-man front. You're going to see Melvin Estes. Just a good job of coming underneath the back. Aaron Jenkins sacking the quarterback. You notice Grand Valley in a lot of 3-man front, 30 defense against this spread offense. Now they go to the 4-man front because they feel they can get pressure with their 4 rushers.
Second down and 13. Here's the reverse, and it's blown up on the wrong side of midfield. Dan Vaughn stayed home and brought down Tyrone Jordan. It'll be 3rd and real long now.
Dan Vaughn, number 91, a transfer from Michigan State. Valdosta comes with a reverse. Great play right there. And Mark, you sense Valdosta really searching right now to try to find something they can do. Unfortunately, they had great field position. Now 3rd down and 20 back at midfield. They can't get anything established right now in this defensive football team from Grand Valley.
They're 1 of 6 on 3rd downs today.
Again, Grand Valley just going to play 2 deep zone, rush 4.
There's Jenkins. Brought down way short of the first down at the 47-yard line by Marshall. It'll be 4th down.
No question, Valdosta has to punt the football right here and try to get that field position pendulum to swing back their way a little bit.
Bob, how did things change so drastically between the early part of the game when Valdosta was moving the ball so well?
I think the speed of Valdosta early in this game shocked Grand Rapids a little bit.
Another low line drive punt. This time Mackey hangs on to it and is brought down immediately at the 17-yard line, a 31-yard punt. Let's listen in to what happened last night. A special moment for number 7 Ames.
2002 Harlan Hill Trophy from Grand Valley State, Curt Ames.
Ames winning the award yesterday with the second highest vote total in the history of the award. And ironic, Bob, that last year he lost to Dusty Bonner in the closest vote in the history of the award.
That's incredible. And Curt Ames last night put on a show with his acceptance speech at the Harlan Hill Trophy presentation. A sharp young man.
Really gracious. That time inaccurate, though, intended for Kircus.
A moment ago, I said Grand Rapids, I believe. Grand Valley State is up about 20 miles outside of Grand Rapids, Michigan, and just a beautiful campus, Marcus. There's about 19,000 students on that campus. Great athletic program. They finished second in the Sears Cup in Division II, which is awarded to I said a great-looking campus.
And the students,
I don't want to say not a great-looking student body, because I appreciate the interest they have. There's a bunch of them down here.
Hey, blue hair's big in Michigan. Ames 7 of 12 passing. Checks that with a nice completion right there to Terrence Banks. And Bob, you really keep me in tune with what's happened in the Midwest. Allendale, Michigan, right there, about 3 hours due west of Detroit. And there's a look at the spacious and pastoral beauty of the campus that you were referring to just a few moments ago. Pretty large school with an enrollment of almost 21,000.
Well, you notice this picture was taken in the summertime because you see those green leaves and all the green grass. Yeah. It looks a little bit different right now this time of the year.
Well, that's when you want to bring the recruits in, right? When it's nice and balmy.
Well, it's what we did at Notre Dame. Trust me, we tried to bring them in the summertime.
3rd down and 5 for the Lakers, who lead. Ames to Kircus. How do you figure? Automatic first down. Brought down by Burks and a pickup of 15 on the play by Kircus.
Grand Valley loves to put 3 receivers on one side of the field, then isolate David Kircus on the backside on the corner, number 31, Elliott Burke. Just a great throw right there on the slant route. They love to put 3 guys on one side, leave David Kircus on the backside, and get him one-on-one with the corner.
Ames, the screen, the middle screen to Spearman. Spearman out near another first down at the 46-yard line, brought down by Aganga Williams.
That was a critical 3rd down conversion right there for Grand Valley. Valdosta's defense playing hard, playing good. Valdosta's offense needs to keep Grand Valley's offense off the field a little bit more. This is an explosive offensive football team.
And you keep it in their hands too long, and they'll put a $50 up on the scoreboard on you.
Once again, you see Kircus isolated up on the top to the 1 receiver side.
This is Lesniak, and he has the first down and then some. Brent Lesniak, the changeup runner, throws a curveball, and the Valdosta State defense has a big play and another first down, a pickup of 29 yards.
Lesniak was an excellent high school football player in Dowagiac. You're going to once again see the wrap play. Here comes the tackle around. They handed the ball to the tailback, and watch the quickness right here by Brent Lesniak. An elusive back mark. He was a great high school football player. I had a chance to watch him play.
Has had a very good year. Has run for over 100 yards 15 occasions this season. 1st and 10. Here he is again. Getting to the edge. Lesniak. Tripped up at about the 14-yard line.
It's the closest race in Heisman Trophy history. The field is wide open, but who will strike the pose? The Heisman Trophy presentation presented by Wendy's at 8, followed by the Junction Boys at 9. Tonight on ESPN.
Bob, you bringing the popcorn tonight?
It's a big-time night.
We gotta get back to the hotel.
National championship game right now. Heisman, then the Junction Boys.
Grand Valley State, meanwhile, piling up the total yards this quarter. Inside handoff. Spearman that time brought down by Tim Thompson on the play as we approach 6 minutes to go in the first half.
Spearman watched Lesniak on those 2 carries, said, you know what? I better get back in there.
These guys have a good amount of depth at receiver and tailback.
Again, excuse me, Mark, you see one-on-one coverage at the top.
Ames on the out. Is it caught? They're going to rule it good. Wow, what a catch by Lecricchio. He laid out and got his hands underneath the ball.
Incredible catch right there by Lecricchio. Amazingly, Mark, we saw him in the first quarter drop an easy pass. But right here, you're going to see the arm strength of Ames. He gets the ball really flat-footed right there when he throws it. Lecricchio goes down. I think he did catch the football. Yeah. Great thing, no red flags in these coaches' pockets here. Ooh. No instant replay. It was a catch, and we move on, Mark.
Let's play it. 3rd and 4. Ames intended for Kircus, incomplete. One of the few times you won't see them connect, especially in the red zone. 4th down, the fans, of course, for Grand Valley chanting go, Bob.
And I'll tell you, I'm surprised. Brian Kelly normally goes for it on 4th down. I watched him last week in the first quarter go for it twice on 4th and 5. He comes back here and he's going to settle for the field goal. We think there may be something up his sleeve right here, Mark.
In comes David Hendricks. Already has made 1 today from 38 yards out. A perfect 10 of 10 on the season. This one coming from 25, and they fake it. And they don't get the first down. Like you alluded to, Bob, Brian Kelly pulled a rabbit out of his hat. Unfortunately, it was the wrong one. Regal making the stop on the play for Valdosta State. The holder, Ryan Brady, was brought down immediately almost.
You're going to get the instant array play, and you're going to see Brady on the little trap up in there. Not much chance for that holder right there. Todd Regal, number 92. Excellent play for Valdosta.
Valdosta State 90 yards away from the end zone. It's been the story of the day for them. Poor starting field position on their drives. 1st and 10. Faulkner. Incomplete, Bob. The last 2 passes he's thrown haven't been pretty ones.
He's young. He's a sophomore, Mark. He's put up great numbers this year, but right now he's out of his comfort zone because Grand Valley's sitting back, taking away those little underneath routes and those screens.
He's 9 of 15, and tough job in filling the rather large shoes of Dusty Bonner, the 2-time winner of the Harlan Hill Trophy. Coach Hatcher's hard on his quarterback. He's got thick skin. Here's the screen, complete to Mosley. And he's brought down to the 16-yard line, about 4 yards shy of the first down. It'll be 3rd down and 4. What a great night last night. Ran into Jesse Tuggle. Bob had a chance to visit with him, a former Valdosta State grad.
Mark, he is unbelievable. First time I had a chance to meet him, I mean that sincerely. A walk-on at Valdosta, a free agent in Atlanta, plays 14 years with the Atlanta Falcons, and he's 5'10".
Unbelievable.
Probably 220 pounds, but I'll tell you what, does he have that gleam in his eye?
Had 12 seasons where he made over 100 tackles. Unbelievable. They snapped it, but not before Faulkner signaled for the timeout. That would have been disastrous. Let's go downstairs. Holly Rose standing by with Jesse Tuggle.
I am here with Jesse Tuggle. And Jesse, what did it take for you to go from being a walk-on at Valdosta State in Division II to having a 12-year career in the NFL?
You know, it took a lot of heart and a lot of effort, you know, believing in yourself, believing that football is football no matter what level you play at. And at this particular level, you just want an opportunity to show people you can play. And this type of national exposure is great for the university, for the students, for the fans here, and it's just been great.
I know that you've given a lot of money to Valdosta State. What is it about that team and that program that's kept you so involved there?
Because anytime you play in a small school, you want to give back. You know, these guys don't get the opportunity to be on TV each and every week. And they don't get the nice things some of the D1 schools get. And anytime you want to give back and help, that's what it's all about. And I appreciate my time here. I mean, it was a great time. I wouldn't want to trade anything in the world. Listen to these fans, man. They're great, you know? Yeah!
The chanting, Jesse for him now. After all these years, they still love you.
I mean, they still love me here. And I tell you what, man, I'm proud to be a Blazer. Hey, we have fans all throughout the country, you know, from San Diego, up in Ohio, Auburn and Georgia, Valdosta. And I tell you what, I want to give all my boys who ever played here, who wore this uniform, this is for them because they're a part of this whole thing. We got this program started, and I tell you what, that's what it's all about.
Well, we appreciate your passion for the program. Thanks very much. Hey, Atlanta Falcon great Jesse Tuggle. Keep that for a PSA next time for the university. How about that?
Go Blazers, yeah.
Oh, man, you can't find a better ambassador.
You gotta love it,
Valdosta State,
you gotta love it. The passion for the school.
Putting his money where his mouth is, too. Writing checks to the program. Faulkner's pass appeared to be tipped at the line of scrimmage. It's incomplete. Intended for Mosley, being covered by Sidney Lewis. And it's 4th down for Valdosta State. Might want to try and sneak Jesse on the field there.
Mark, you go back to Jesse Tuggle. One thing we've talked about this week, the stadium may be a little bit smaller. One team may have had to bust 9 hours, but football's football, and the passion for football is the same, whatever level you're at.
This might be football at the purest level, and hey, save the videotape. Scott Mackey called for a fair catch after the 38-yard punt. Well, the Blazer fans are not disheartened, despite the fact that they trail when we come back.
Ask your doctor about Celebrex.
Get the Firestorm drill with removable chuck from Black & Decker and get the job done faster.
If you're tired of the same old food, you're ready for Signatures at the Inn. Signatures at the Inn, conveniently located at the Battle Creek Inn, just off I-94 at the Capitol Avenue exit.
All your holiday shopping at Menards and don't pay till 2004. All Genie garage door openers are on sale. This half-horse screw drive model is just $159. The Accelerator screw drive opener opens fast and closes gently, $189. Brighten winter nights with Sylvania Mini Twist fluorescent bulbs. They use 75% less energy and last up to 5 years. A 3-pack is $8.99 after $6 rebate. Switch on the savings at Menards.
Warm season's greetings to you all from Menards.
A celebration of Division II football last night. Andre Reed also inducted into the D2 Hall of Fame. A 4-year letterman at Kutztown State from 1981 to 84. Had 142 career catches, 14 touchdowns in college. And Scott Bruner of Delaware led Delaware to the 1979 Division II National Championship. Named an American Football Coaches Association All-American, and went on to play for the New York Giants from 80 to 83, throwing about 28 touchdown passes. 2 other Division II greats. 1st down and 10 for Grand Valley. Here's Spearman. Boy, dancing his way between the tackles out over midfield. Down to the 49-yard line. Got about 3 on 1st down.
Great tackle marked by Wesley Brown. The only bad part of it, that's the free safety up there making that tackle. Wesley Brown's brother plays for the Chicago Bears, played at the University of Florida. A young defensive lineman, Alex Brown.
Pretty good talent in his own right. 2nd down and 7. Spearman broke 1 tackle, but still in trouble. Brought down behind the line of scrimmage at the 43-yard line.
You see the penetration of Valdosta's defense. Reggie Rhodes, number 44, just attacking that line of scrimmage. Right here, they bring the linebacker in the gap. Just too much penetration, Mark. No chance right there for Reggie Spearman.
Puts up a 3rd down and 14 to go.
You better.
Ames picked off, and this could come back for a score. Thompson knocked out of bounds by the last man standing, Ames. Tim Thompson making a pivotal play for Valdosta State. 35 yards on the return after the pick.
Big mistake right here by Curt Haynes. He comes with the play action, which surprises me a little bit on 3rd and long. He's going to roll out and then just make a bad decision right here to throw the football. And really, Mark, it should have been a touchdown.
Yeah, Tim Thompson, who's only been playing football for about 2.5 years, great speed, couldn't get by Haynes. He was the last man.
Excellent tackle, though, by Curt Haynes. I mean, that was a form tackle.
Faulkner on the screen, complete to Mosley. And Mosley is brought down just shy of the 10-yard line.
Let's look at Curt Haynes again. This is a football player coming off a major knee injury. Give him credit. Great stick right there by a quarterback. But, Mark, it's time for Valdosta's offense to do something. Last 4 possessions, 2 plays interception, 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out.
Here they go, Bob, on 2nd down and 8. Faulkner's going to run it. Stopped at the 4-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and about 2 to go. Sidney Lewis making the tackle.
And it's obvious that Faulkner's going to have to step up and make some plays. They're a good job of not throwing the football into traffic and just scrambling and making something happen. 3rd down and 2, Mark. 4-down territory right now.
Gotta be.
If I'm Valdosta. Run the football right here 2 times, make the 1st down.
Blazers with 1 timeout remaining. A fumble. Brought down at the 11 by Estes is Faulkner. Almost looked like he took his eye off the ball.
Mark, I think actually what they were doing, they were coming with the play action fake. He actually got a little bit carried away ahead of himself. You're going to see right here on the snap's a little bit off. The timing of the play's off. That was a play action pass. Unfortunate right there for Valdosta.
Will Rhodey now in for the field goal attempt. This one coming from 27 yards out. He knocks it through, so after the interception by Thompson, they get a field goal to cut the margin to just 11 points. Don't forget, coming up on the College Football Halftime Report, Reese Davis in the studio along with Mark May and Trev Alberts. Division I AA semifinal action to tell you about. McNeese State and Villanova, and Western Kentucky taking on Georgia Southern, and a Heisman preview. Well, there's a look at Thompson on the sidelines, responsible for the big play moments ago on the interception.
Mark, and I'm a little bit surprised right there that on 3rd down and 2, that Valdosta didn't line up in eye backs and just run the football twice and get the 1st down. Have the ball inside the 5 with 4 downs. But there's the trophy that they're playing for.
Gotta love the fact that this is a quote-unquote true playoff. There's no voting. There's no polls. There's no computers. There's no out-of-shape media types voting on teams and players they haven't seen before. Not that I'm saying that happens at other levels, but sometimes it's been rumored to happen.
I've got to ask you, what exactly do you mean by out-of-shape media types?
Guys that work the buffet a little bit too much instead of watching those West Coast games, say, you know?
Mark, you know what this is, though? It's a ring game.
Yeah.
The winner of this game gets the national championship ring. And talking to Valdosta's coach, Chris Haster, yesterday, it's huge because if they win the national championship, the university pays for their rings. If they don't win it, they just get conference championship rings. It comes out of the football budget. So if they win, it doesn't cost them anything for that national championship.
You talk about the right incentive.
You're darn right.
Lakers on the return for Brendan Langston. We're here in Florence, Alabama, in Northwest Alabama at Braley Municipal Stadium. Valdosta State ranked number 2 in the country against number 1 Grand Valley State. I'm Mark Jones along with Bob Davey and Holly Rowe. Early in the ball game, Valdosta State moved the ball down the field, took a 3-0 lead, but then Grand Valley State came back and scored 17 unanswered points until moments ago a field goal by the Blazers made it 17-6, and that's where we are right now.
See Grand Valley, 29 seconds, no timeouts. They're actually going to run a little shuffle pass right here.
Dangerous one, Bob. Banks lucky to make the catch on that, it seems.
Number 5, Banks.
No question, Mark, in The clock's going to run out. Valdosta's going to let it run out because Valdosta will get the football in the second half.
Ball spotted at the 26-yard line.
And you have to like the way that Valdosta's defense has hung in this football game because Valdosta's offense has not been here other than that first drive.
Grand Valley State one half of football away from atonement from last year. Right now, back to the pride of Muscle Shoals High School. Reese Davis, you didn't think we knew Reese.
I tried to keep it from you, Mark. I don't know about being the pride part, but they didn't let me out of there. I finished all the classes. 17-6, Grand Valley State, 30 minutes away from that national championship that they were 30 seconds away from last year. Trev, Valdosta State, they got points out of that last turnover, but you have to feel like that was really a missed opportunity after the interception.
I think you're right. If you're Valdosta State, you knew going into this game that you had to play a perfect game if you were going to win this game. You had to get a touchdown there, and then earlier in the game, Buster Faulkner throwing the interception. The bottom line with this is, Mark, they've got to protect their quarterback. If they're going to have a chance, they're going to have to play a perfect game because I think Grand Valley just has too much.
They do. They have too much speed on both sides of the ball. Not just defensively. They got 5 sacks in the first half, 57 on the entire season, but it's speed on both sides of the ball. If you look at Grand Valley State, they run that little bubble screen to the outside where they get it to their wide receivers and David Kircus and company, and they just take it down the field to play. And if you're Valdosta State, you've got to make tackles right off the bat because there's just so much speed on this offensive side of the ball. It's just great to watch them. You just think it to the outside, touchdown.
You know, you might feel pretty good if you're Valdosta State, too, after that big average. And he held them to 17 in the first half. They've done a pretty good job.
Pressure as well. They're playing pretty well defensively.
Yeah, we'll see if we finish this up as exciting fashion like we have the 1AA games. One great finish, another one unfolding. We'll talk about it when we come back.
Welcome to this afternoon's focus group.
We'll do better with this group.
Oh, yeah. Older.
Much.
Which of these 2 directories do you use?
Yellow Book.
Yellow Book. Yellow Book. How about you?
Yellow Book. That's where we found our hot tub.
Does anyone ever look at the other book?
You think this Yellow Book thing's going to affect our bonus?
Well, it's not going to help.
More people choose Yellow Book, not the other book. Call 1-800-YB-YELLOW.
Capture the wonder of Michigan's only AAA 4-diamond casino and resort. Feel the energy of over 4,300 flashing and ringing slot machines. Experience the thrill of all the winning spins, rolls, and deals. And go back and do it all over again with one of rock and roll's top hit makers, Eddie Money, on Thursday, December 26th. At Soaring Eagle Casino and Resort, Mount Pleasant.
Hi, I'm Brett Gowan, owner of B&G Discount and Schoolcraft. Why fight the crowds and pay the prices at the malls this Christmas when you can come here and buy it for less?
Great gift ideas for mom and dad are piled to the ceilings at wholesale prices. Stocking stuffers galore and truckloads of toys for the kids are all on sale. Aisles are packed full of Christmas supplies like paper, tape, bows, and even Christmas cards. Don't miss our store. B&G is open 7 days a week, just south of Schoolcraft.
Grand Valley State on top of Valdosta State, 17-6, halftime of the Division II National Championship game. And guys, we're just about 2.5 hours away from the start of our Heisman show here on ESPN. And you recall back in the preseason, we set the table for some of the stars in the season, and it was the year of the quarterback, we said. And out of these guys who will be in New York, one of these 5 will win the Heisman Trophy. We talked in the preseason about exactly one of them.
Well, I had all the rest of them in the back of my mind.
Oh, is that what it was?
Byron left at the beginning of the season. He was close.
Yeah, Leftwich was close, and perhaps he would have been invited to New York had he not been injured late in the season. But, Mark, I know you've been on the Larry Johnson bandwagon. You like that 2K number. Is he going to win it tonight?
I believe he will. And if you talk about the 2,000 yards, that is a great achievement. But 8 yards per carry, that is very important and very impressive to me. And I think it's key that you look at Larry Johnson. If you would have said at the beginning of the season, is there a running back in the Big Ten that can get 2,000 yards, you'd say Heisman Trophy winner. Well, that's the Heisman Trophy winner right there.
But, Mark, we didn't know Northwestern would be the second to last defense, and Illinois and Michigan State and the rest of them would be terrible against run defense.
There's another 10 starting backs in the Big Ten. None of those guys got 2,000 yards, but he did.
Fred Russell came close. Hey, look, you know what? We're talking about guys in the Big Ten. I agree with you. A guy in the Big Ten ought to win the Heisman Trophy, but it ought to be Brad Banks. Here's a guy who's the nation's leader in pass efficiency, 25 touchdowns, only 4 interceptions. And guess what, Mark? In the big games against Penn State, at the big house in Michigan, that's when he had his best games. That's the Heisman Trophy type winner.
Refresh my memory.
Number 7.
Iowa State. What happened?
Well, that was back in September. He had 2 fumbles. So what his defense was terrible, and they let Seneca Wallace back in the game. The bottom line is this. Brad Banks probably is not going to win the Heisman Trophy. It'll probably be somebody because of 2,000 yards or somebody who's 38-1. But if you want to know who the most outstanding player in college football was for 2002, forget about it. It was Brad Banks. It wasn't even close. And I'm talking about from August till December. Even though he was done playing November 16th, from August to December, it was Brad Banks.
Let me tell you what, Larry Johnson would have gotten at least 2,500 yards rushing and 3,000 all-purpose yards if Joe Paterno didn't yank him out at halftime because he had so many yards in a bunch of those games and in the fourth quarter. You're talking about a running back that basically missed a game and a half this season because he had so many yards early in some football games.
And you know, the argument that you guys are having might be why this will be a very close race. It might be decided by who gets the second and third place votes, and you can see it 8 o'clock Eastern Time. Chris Fowler will be your host from New York, the Heisman Trophy presentation. I would vote for Carson Palmer, and if you guys remember in the preseason show, I said it would be either Larry Johnson, Carson Palmer, or Brad Banks. Remember that? Remember that? Yeah, right.
This thing you carry with you everywhere. This thing you obsess about and face ridicule for. This thing you're not sure that you'll ever be able to quit may have just met its match. Introducing the new Commit Lozenge, an FDA-approved medicine that has the power to help fight your addiction. Its medicine keeps working even after the lozenge is gone. You use less and less until you use none. Imagine if this thing were just a thing. The new Commit Lozenge. Real power, real help.
The passage is intense, but if you complete the journey, you will find your destiny among the world's greatest warriors. The few, the proud, the Marines.
It's a new day. What you thought you were coming to, the plans change.
But the radio says it's 114 degrees.
Good. Clear these rocks and cactus off. We need a place to play some football.
He challenged them.
I don't care who your daddy is. I don't care what the last coach promised you. Now we're going to work. That's how it's done.
He pushed them.
I got a one-way ticket for you out of here any old time.
He drove them to the breaking point.
You damn near killed my friend!
He ain't quitting.
But pain was the fire he used to forge champions.
We're gonna win. Coach is the real thing.
ESPN Original Entertainment presents Tom Berenger.
We came to find out who wanted to play football.
As Paul Bear Bryant.
You boys who are left, you are players.
The Junction Boys. Tonight at 9 p.m. on ESPN.
I have to focus. Gather everything I've learned. All my successes. All my sacrifices. All my pain. And concentrate that energy into one moment. That's a moment I'll use every single day of my life. There are 360,000 NCAA student athletes, and just about all of us will be going pro in something other than sports.
Glad to have you with us on the College Game Day halftime report. Division II National Championship game. Valdosta State taking on Grand Valley State. Valley up 17-6. Coming up tonight at 9 o'clock Eastern Time, the long-awaited premiere of the Junction Boys. Bear Bryant won 6 national championships at Alabama, but often referred to the 1954 Texas A&M team as one of his favorites. The team only won 1 game, but it forged the bonds of a champion.
Boys, it's a new day. Whatever weenie roast you thought you were coming to, the plans change.
I've been a football fan my whole life. I'm a great believer in the sports ethic, and I said, yeah, let's do it. Let's tell the story of Bear Bryant and Junction.
You really need to concentrate on making sure that the players are allowed to play football without the cameras in the way, so that when you're filming it, the hits look real.
Set.
Go!
And what they do is we get real football players to make real hits on camera.
Ready, set, go! Go! Ready, set, go!
Good, good, good. That's it right there. Then we have to go full speed. There's no way to fake football. These guys are hitting. We owed something to these players that played back on that 54 team, that we can make this happen. We can recreate that camp, that time, that spirit.
Today, we got one heartbeat. We got team. Bear Bryant is an American icon. I think we have an interesting and powerful study of what's best about American sports.
You can see the Junction boys immediately following the Heisman Trophy presentation. The Lakers said nothing else matters except winning this game. They're up by 11 at the break.
Go ahead. You can handle it. Now you can take on the curves, the twists, the turns with the revolutionary Craftsman 3D sander, only from Sears. Its 3 rotating discs pivot, adjusting to all sorts of shapes and surfaces. Convex, concave, curved, and flat. Call now for the Craftsman 3D sander, only from Sears. Just $49.99. Ever spent hours hand sanding only to end up tired and frustrated? With the Craftsman 3D sander, those hours turn to minutes. Variable speed control lets you adjust to all types of jobs. Light sanding for fine finishing. Aggressive for when you really need it. There's a wide variety of specialized discs available that'll give you even more project possibilities. Work on metal, buff and polish. Get rid of rust. Craftsman makes anything possible.
Call now for the Craftsman 3D sander, only from Sears, just $49.99. Have your Sears or other credit card ready and call 1-800-544-3311.
I swim the 200. I study sociology. I grind out laps. I cram for tests. I race nationals. I take finals. And when I finish, I'll be ready to start. There are 360,000 NCAA student athletes, and we're all training to perform in whatever we go on to do.
AT&T Broadband brings you the best television has to offer every month.
Poachers!
A test of courage.
Give him back!
A young hero's journey.
I'm going to find those poachers.
Featuring new music by Paul Simon.
You will have your own challenges, and you will meet them splendidly.
I think so too, Dad.
Every month, look for the best television has to offer on AT&T Broadband.
Timeshare? Sell it for cash. Own a campground membership? Sell it for cash. Own some land? Sell it for cash. Call right now and receive your free information kit to buy, sell, or rent your timeshare, campground membership, or land for cash. Don't wait until you have to pay another maintenance fee or tax bill. Market your property with Century 21 Vacation Properties approved organization, Vacations Only. So call now and sell or rent your property for cash.
For your free information kit, call 800-692-6268.
Grand Valley State up 17-6 on Valdosta State in the Division II championship game in 1AA. Teams trying to make it to Chattanooga for the title match. Georgia Southern's won the 1AA championship on 6 separate occasions. Western Kentucky have made the playoffs 6 times. This, the farthest they've ever been into the semifinals. That's Jack Harbaugh, the Hilltopper coach. Here is Jason Michael. We're going to find Casey Rooney. And Casey Rooney, he had some issues all day long. He got an unsportsmanlike here, and then when he's having a discussion with Coach Harbaugh, you can't do this.
Well, here's what happens. When you go to the sideline and your coach gets in the face, the last thing you do is you push your coach.
You
if
can't.
I was the coach, young man, get out. Go.
Here is John Frazier on that drive, putting it in. That gave the Hilltoppers a 14-7 lead. Late in the fourth, Georgia Southern once down 24-7, coming all the way back. Jermaine Austin, the redshirt freshman, going in. The Eagles had the lead. Late in the fourth quarter, Michael, the Rooney, who was back in the game. Look at the great catch along the sidelines.
A fabulous player.
Atoning for his sin. That was a great job to get the 1 foot down, first and goal, and then Michael, under a minute to play, and Western Kentucky going into the house built. They've got the lead. A 56-yard field goal attempt by Scott Shelton to tie it. Barely off, and Harbaugh and the Hilltoppers going to Chattanooga 31-28. This is the final. They advance to their first championship game. Another spectacular semifinal going on in 1AA right now. Villanova and McNeese State. They are now inside a minute, and here's how we got there. Brett Gordon playing with a broken thumb for the Wildcats. Did not appear to hinder in here. Throwing to Shaz Brown. Nova up 14-7. Second and 23, and then Gordon finds Noble Chapman.
Quick slant pattern right here, just a pitch and catch. Chapman takes the ball. Now with speed. Turn on the jets. Catch me if you can.
And they could, but barely. Led to a Terry Butler touchdown. Villanova 21-7. Fourth and inches late. Scott Pendarvis pushes through. He's stripped by Jamison Young. He's going to go all the way back, and this probably would have sealed the game. But the officials said forward progress was stopped. They said they blew a whistle. That was questionable for a while.
Where's the whistle?
Well, it was questionable to say the least.
Are they from the Big
Go the other way. I'm not sure about that, Trev. 21-20 when Pendarvis, who was benched for a while in this game, fell B.J. Sams. 59 yards. He houses it. McNeese State roaring back in the second half. And then Jermaine Martin, in a 26-21 game, will give a little cushion.
Just down the sideline. This is a great job of play calling execution. Get the defense to go one way, come back the other way. Nice job by McNeese State. 33-28. Less than a minute left to go in this game. McNeese State has the ball. They are trying to run out the clock and take care of business. So there you go, guys. These are the games that we started the day with. Trev, the Western Kentucky Georgia Southern game.
Yeah, I was really impressed with Western Kentucky and Jack Harbaugh, the head coach. You know, I mean, looking at them offensively from the start, established the line of scrimmage with a big offensive line, and then defensively, their defensive line played very well too. Not a fancy team. They don't do a lot of great things, but Jason, their quarterback, I thought John Frazier, their running back, ran very hard. Offensively, they don't surprise you with a lot of great things. They just play hard for 4 quarters, and they get after you defensively as a defense.
If you look at the other game and you look at McNeese State and Villanova, you have to go to Tommy Tate, the head coach. Yep. Here's a team that's down 21-7 at halftime. I want to know what he told his team at halftime, because whatever it was, it worked. Because in the second half, they outscored Villanova 26-7 in the second half. That's where champions are made. Whatever halftime speech he gave his team,
it's the same thing I've been telling you all year.
What's that?
Focus. Play hard. Play your assignment. That's what he told them.
In the first half, he wouldn't have to make that speech at halftime.
Well, he was a half late. Who cares?
All right, in the Division III playoffs, too, guys. The speech is apparently working for Mount Union. They win again, 57-19. What about Dan Pugh? 254 yards and 5 touchdowns for Dan Pugh. Dan Pugh has always been a workhorse for Mount Union's team. 41-34. Trinity knocks off St. John's. A little rally there for Trinity, the team from Texas. Will be Mount Union and Trinity now going for the championship. Grand Valley and Valdosta State playing for the title. Second half's coming.
The Braun Synchro is the world's first shaver with a 4-way moving head, so it catches more hair in fewer strokes for a closer shave. Only it moves so fast, you can't see it, but you can hear it. And to keep it feeling like new every day, its automatic self-cleaning system thoroughly cleans the shaver in alcohol, leaving nothing to come between the shaver and your face. Braun, designed to make a difference.
Grand Valley continuing to excel, more than 40 years serving students who have discovered the reasons for Grand Valley's success. Good. Grand Valley's theater, dance, and musical performances receive consistent notice for their quality. Grand Valley's athletic programs are among the nation's best. They're full of scholar athletes who never forget graduation is the ultimate goal. Grand Valley, the destination for students pursuing quality programs in a personal atmosphere.
He was a callow 15-year-old with a devilish lock of waxed blonde hair when he made his first basket on these courts. In the evenings, 1,000 or more townsfolk would watch him school the city boys from Indy in rec league games that paved his way to stardom. Now Mount is 54, remarkably lean and still blonde, still shooting more than 500 graceful jump shots a day, raining baskets that nobody sees.
It's the closest race in Heisman Trophy history. Ken Dorsey, Brad Banks,
into the end zone, touchdown.
Carson Palmer, Willis McGahee, Larry Johnson.
Look at him go.
The field is wide open, but who will strike the pose? A night of television that no football fan will want to miss. The Heisman Trophy presentation presented by Wendy's at 8, followed by the Junction Boys at 9. Tonight, only on ESPN.
Back under the bright lights here at Braley Municipal Stadium. We are back for the beginning of the third quarter in this, the Division II championship game between Grand Valley State, leading right now 17-6 over Valdosta State. I'm Mark Jones along with Bob Davey. Holly Rowe down in the field. And Bob, one of the questions begging coming into the ball game was, could Valdosta State slow down Grand Valley State's very potent offense? 17-6, maybe yes, maybe no. What do you think?
Well, they've hung in there against a very explosive offense. The problem is Valdosta's offense. 0 yards in the second quarter. So Valdosta's defense hanging in there. It's important right now. Valdosta gets the football to start the second half. They need to establish something. Easier said than done, though, because they have 4 new offensive linemen starting on that football team.
And what a great story, Ains and Kircus for Grand Valley State. Kircus with his 16th career 100-yard receiving game. This one of the major plays in the ball game so far, taking it the distance for the touchdown, hauling in the pass from Ains. As Grand Valley State scored 17 unanswered points. One of the big plays to keep Valdosta State in the ball game. Tim Thompson with a pick. Ains saving a potential touchdown right there with the tackle. And that is, by and large part, kept Valdosta State in the ball game. They only got a field goal after that interception, but still at 17-6, they are very much in it as we get set here for the beginning of the third quarter. Reggie Mosley exhorting on the fans from Valdosta State that have made the trip.
Mark, Reggie Mosley, an explosive football player. Last opportunity he had on the kickoff return, he really sliced it right up the middle. You get the feeling that if Valdosta is going to come back and win this football game, they need to get a huge play from some area other than their offense, because their offense is struggling right now.
And Bob, look at the formation by Grand Valley. Sometimes they like to use something unorthodox. This time, though, a little bit more conventional approach. Will be Mosley at the 10. Takes it out to the 26, a 16-yard return on the kickoff. Let's go downstairs to Holly Rowe.
Guys, Chris Hatcher told his Valdosta State team that they are 1 block away from making something happen. He says, we've been in a lot of close games this year, and he wants his team to realize that and come back. Now, for Brian Kelly, he said that they are playing great. He likes what they're doing on defense. The only thing they changed on offense was to make some more protections, pick up some more protections from the pressure the defense is putting on. I also said, what'd you think of Ains' tackle at the end here? He said, I told him if he keeps it up, we'll make him a defensive back.
It'll have to be in another lifetime. The senior, one of 20, playing their final game for Grand Valley State. Faulkner's pass incomplete intended for Lee Tarpley, who's rocked out of bounds.
When you talk about these two teams getting ready to play each other, Mark, to put it in perspective, a national championship game, they find out Saturday night that they're playing each other. Think of the preparation time compared to Ohio State, Miami getting ready for the Fiesta Bowl.
Yeah, months almost versus days.
It is incredible how they turn around. And both these teams left Wednesday. So you're looking at really a 2-day work week in preparation for this game.
It's a heck of a roller coaster ride for both these teams. These are the final 2 after the playoff began. Faulkner had it tipped at the line of scrimmage, incomplete. Orlando Williams, who has been extremely prominent defensively for Grand Valley State as we look at the first half statistics.
You look at this total yardage, Mark. What jumps out at me right here, the sacks right here, created by Grand Valley State. but 0 yards offense in the second quarter for Valdosta.
Really took the winds out of their collective sails on 3rd down and 10 right here. Lofton in motion. Handed off inside. Jenkins stopped up by Dan Vaughn. Transfer out of Michigan State, all-conference selection. And a very impropitious beginning to the 3rd quarter on a 3-and-out.
Not much confidence right now, Mark, on Valdosta State's offensive football team.
Barnett into punt. Mackey backpedaling to the 27. He put on the brakes and fell at the 46. But there's a flag down at the 41-yard line on the far side of the field after that 45-yard punt and 19-yard return.
I believe we're going to get a clip right here. A block in the back on Marlon Adams, the linebacker from Valdosta, on punt coverage.
Illegal block in the back on the return team. 10 yards from the spot of the foul. 1st and 10.
That was the first Valdosta penalty of the ball game, and Curt Haynes set to take the reins of this offense now for Grand Valley State. Haynes with a very athletic family. Actually, his brother John played fullback at the University of Michigan. Ran into an NFL scout on the way here on the flight, and he said that Haynes will definitely get a look from several teams, whether he be drafted or whether he become a free agent come the combines in April. 1st down and 10. Spearman, the lone back, number 1. That's Spearman on the wrap play. Spearman out to the 37-yard line. Brought down by Dickerson. Got a good block by Westrick.
Mark, we keep talking about this wrap play. There's so much checking that goes on in line of scrimmage. And I want you to look at this bubble right here. What they do is try to find that bubble, then bring the lineman around and lead up through in that soft spot on the defense. So a lot of checking at the line of scrimmage by Curt Haynes to find where to run the route.
Here's Spearman again, making a nice lateral move. Spearman got the 1st down at the 43-yard line. Reggie Spearman, the 5'9" senior, had 20 touchdowns coming into this ball game.
1st down.
An all-conference selection, 1st teamer.
Mark, interesting in Division II, players can transfer to Division II schools and be immediately eligible as long as they were eligible at the institution they left. So you see a lot of transfers on both of these teams. You can transfer down from Division I or 1AA, immediately eligible.
Some guys just want to play. 1st down and 10. Spearman, there's a flag down at the 40-yard line. Spearman brought down at the 46.
47 with the tackle.
By Wesley Brown. There's going to be a hold against Grand Valley State. We'll bring this one back.
Brian Kelly, we look at him there on the sideline. Not only the head coach, serves as the offensive coordinator and also the quarterback coach.
That's a lot of power in one man.
Well, that is.
A lot of decision making.
That is, and something that's common in Division II. You take advantage of all your coaches. You don't have the luxury of having a 9-man coaching staff as Division I has.
Well, Kelly says this is my best team, no question ever, at Grand Valley State University. And they have certainly responded to each and every challenge this year. And 13-0. Bouncing back from a bitter disappointment in the championship game here last year. 1st down and 20. Haynes barely got that one off.
Haynes pass
it's incomplete. Sometimes it's not the destination, but it's the journey. Here's a look at how they got to this point. Against University of Pennsylvania, Indiana, Reggie Spearman rushed for 112 yards and 4 touchdowns. They won big time. Then last Saturday in the semifinal game, Haynes throwing 4 touchdown passes, all of them to Kircus, as they defeated Northern Colorado 44-7. They had a huge lead at halftime and shut it down.
Average margin of victory in the 3 playoff games, 40 points, and that's in the playoffs.
They are rolling, and here's Kircus on the screen. Kircus. Throw a big top over him. The circus is in town.
Wow. How good is David Kircus?
67 yards.
Incredible, Mark. First down and 20. You throw the jailbreak screen, and David Kircus takes it the length of the field, 67 yards for a touchdown. He can run.
That might be, Bob, the most deceiving part of his game. His speed might be understated and underestimated. Now going over 4,000 yards receiving for his very illustrious career, coming to a close here tonight under the bright lights in Florence, Alabama. David Kircus, number 80, continuing to rewrite the D2 receiving record book and touchdown record book. It's Ames to Kircus, a familiar refrain. And in the land of the blues, these guys are making some sweet music on the football field. We'll be right back.
Log on to ESPN.com and play Six Pack, presented by Miller Lite.
I'm a pony, a dollhouse, a 7/4-inch, 13-inch circular solid case.
The Home Depot has the gifts people really want, like this Ryobi 12-volt cordless drill with hand vac, or this Dremel Multi-Pro kit, your choice, just $59.97. Or give them a Home Depot or Expo gift card. They're convenient, guaranteed to fit, and available in any amount. Home Depot, your holiday workshop.
So if I ran an online trading company, here's the way it would work. You'd make your trade, you'd pay the fee, a standard fee, no order handling fees or share limitations. I guess I'd run it like Ameritrade.
At Ameritrade, every online equity trade is $10.99, including stop and limit orders. No handling fees, no share limits, no gimmicks. Ameritrade, what's your share? Open an account at Ameritrade.com today and get 25 commission-free internet equity trades, and you could be trading the same day you apply.
It's a 3-act play. Act 1, introduce characters. Act 2, develop obstacles. Act 3, resolution.
Get your 2003 ESPN Information Please Sports Almanac today. The most complete stats and information. Contributions from Chris Berman, Dan Patrick, and Swoop Scott. ESPN's 2003 Sports Almanac makes a great holiday gift.
David Kircus. Yeah, they might be.
Mark, we look on the all-22 angle. Once again, trip receivers to one side, Kircus by himself. They're going to run the jailbreak screen, and he's going to take it to the house on the backside of trips. A simple play from the standpoint of calling it, but great execution right there, and the speed of David Kircus to split those two defenders against a defense that can run.
Bob, he has a 54 and a 67-yard touchdown today.
Can we get him to New York tonight for the half?
A few write-in votes, some late ones. Don't forget, we'll have that Heisman special for you tonight. Immediately following the game here on ESPN, this is Clements. And one more look at David Kircus, the record-setting receiver from Grand Valley State University. Real speed, real action, real touchdown, and a real star, David Kircus. Boy, a daunting task ahead now for Valdosta State, trailing 24-6. That's the handoff to Jenkins. Let's go downstairs to Holly Rowe.
Guys, something I was impressed about by Kircus after his touchdown reception, he came over to the sideline and just did a huge bear hug, jumped on top of his offensive tackle, Dale Westrick, to thank him for the downfield block. Now, you know, quarterbacks often think or receivers often thank the quarterback, but I liked it that he came back and thanked that big offensive tackle.
Plenty of love to go around, Holly, when you're leading 24-6. They come on a blitz that time, and it's picked up.
Pass is complete to number 9, Jordan.
Jordan brought down at the 35. Cole making the stop on the play for the Lakers. They're about 5 yards short of the first down.
Mark, Valdosta State with the 4 new starters on the offensive line. Grand Valley, a very experienced, senior-dominated, mature defense. Tough matchup for Valdosta offensively.
Come with a little more pressure, but a good pickup and a nice catch by Mosley for the first down at the 42-yard line. Reggie Mosley, the team's leading receiver, over 1,200 yards coming into this game with 15 touchdowns. Gets the first down.
Also number 6.
They've got to keep the chains moving at this point.
First down.
Mark, Grand Valley with 55 sacks on the season. We talked about that defensive front, a lot of talent. They're playing a lot of 3-man front today, kind of their dime package. Here you see Estes coming on the blitz.
They go underneath, the pass complete to C.J. Lofton. Pushed out of bounds right near the 45. Second down and about 7 to go.
Anytime you're going to score as many points, going back to Grand Valley's offense that they score, you have to get those big explosions. They are an unbelievably explosive football team with Terrence Banks, David Kircus, and the little tailback, Reggie Spearman.
On second down and 7. There's the screen complete to Adams. Adams run down and brought down at the 43 by Melvin Estes.
80 on the reception.
Tough to fool number 10 on defense.
Mark, you see why people want to get speed on the field. Melvin Estes, once again, a transfer from Nebraska, Omaha, shows you the speed out there in the open field. I mean, it's a bubble screen fest. Melvin Estes just beats the block, acceleration, and makes a play. You see him right here. He's only about 175 pounds. He is their starting Sam linebacker in regular defense, but also like a nickelback.
More pressure. Faulkner just got it off, and it's picked off at the 23-yard line. Smith came up with the pick. But it was a result of good pressure by Lucius Hawkins.
Grand Valley, good pressure on the quarterback. Lucius Hawkins actually is the nickelback coming from the field. Buster Faulkner fortunate to get rid of that football, but a great interception right here by number 19, Darren Smith. It's like sharks in the water right now. Everybody on Grand Valley State team wants to make a play.
Lakers with the ball at their own 23-yard line.
That graphic says it all, Mark. 13 total yards since the first quarter.
Spearman brought down at the 25-yard line by Wesley Brown. Hey, Bob, we have done a full slate of college games this year, whether it's Division I or Division II. The rat play and the bubble and jailbreak screens, universal throughout, aren't they?
No question. And who's the best team in Michigan right now? We've seen Michigan. We've seen Michigan State.
That's a
I'm
good
going to put you on the spot now.
Offensively, this group here might not be far.
Don't give me the might not, Bob. Because step up and make a strong statement right here.
All right, give me a drive. Give me a drive to think about it. Ains rearing back. Banks incomplete at the 43-yard line.
Incomplete, intended for
Turner defending on the play on Banks. It'll be third down and about 8 to go, and Turner comes up limping. They've had a lot of injuries, especially on defense for Valdosta State.
Well, you think about today is their 15th game of the year. They've played nonstop since late August. One open date. That's an incredible season.
And back to your point, I'll say the Lakers are the best offensive team in Michigan, in the state. With all due respect to Michigan State and Michigan.
And you see them in their empty backfield right now where they displace the tailback. They're going to run the reverse route play right here.
Didn't get far with it. Banks brought down at the 25-yard line. Did I leave out the Detroit Lions, too? Nice tackle on the play. 3 and out. And speaking of the Lions,
wait a second.
There's a lot of Grand Valley fans taking shots at the Lions here. minutes to go in the third quarter. Third punt of the afternoon for Grand Valley State.
Desperately need a big play in the kicking game right now. Valdosta does to get back in this football game.
Winery, the lefty, a low returnable punt at the 40. Mosley put it on the ground, but luckily for them, it goes out of bounds. A 35-yard punt, 5 on the return. The Blazers got to start blazing when we come back.
Attention, please. One record has been.
The Maglite flashlight. We could go on and on why Maglite is one of the world's most durable flashlights. Or we could just hit it with a Mack truck.
Welcome to the kingdom.
Are we there yet?
No.
Are we there yet?
No.
Simpsons Talking Watches, now only at Burger King. Just $2.39 each with the purchase of any value meal.
Cool your jets, man.
Burger. Collect all 4. And our big double cheeseburger is just 99 cents. With 2 slices of melted cheese and 2 juicy flame-broiled patties. More beef than a big and tasty. Hurry, offers end soon.
Get the Firestorm drill with removable chuck from Black & Decker and get the job done faster.
Coming up on SportsCenter is the American League MVP headed to the Arizona desert. The Gators trying to take a bite out of the Terps' home dominance, and we count down to what may be the closest Heisman race ever. SportsCenter, 7 Eastern.
The NCAA Division II Football Championship, brought to you by Maglite. It's never dark in America.
A look at downtown Florence, Alabama. A little bit aglow at night. Had a chance to see the Alabama Music Hall of Fame yesterday. Went for a little tour.
Well, you went to see Helen Keller's childhood home, right?
Her birthplace. Just around the corner in Tuscumbia. Faulkner. Incomplete, as Mosley couldn't keep his feet in bounds. Good pressure, meanwhile, coming from Todd DeVree, number 9 on the backside for Grand Valley State. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
Excellent job of Faulkner stepping up in the pocket. The throw right on the sidelines. At right toe, Mark. Right toe is on the line right there. Unfortunate for Valdosta.
2nd and 10 at the 44. Backfield, Jenkins pushed out of bounds on Grand Valley State's side of midfield at the 49 by Sidney Lewis, the 5'10 senior. It'll be 3rd down and about 3 or 4 to go for Valdosta State.
Chris Hatcher's done a great job at Valdosta. He's 29 years old. He's 36-3 as a head coach at Valdosta. As you mentioned, played quarterback there. Loves this school. They're a young football team. Quite honestly, they're surprised that they're here in this national championship game this year. They lost a lot of players off of last year's team.
They've really accomplished a lot. Some might think they overachieved in getting this far. 3rd and 3. Paramount, they convert, which they do. A nice pass and catch going to Mosley. The 44-yard line. Got the 1st down by about a yard or 2. Reggie Mosley, the team's leading receiver coming into the ball game. Move the chains. Into the ball game comes Lee Tarpley for Bama Adams, the tight end. Slight delay down in the field. First and 10. Steps out of bounds at the 43. Got right back to the line of scrimmage. Pushed out by Marcus Spencer. Folks, don't forget tonight, College Football Heisman Trophy presentation presented by Wendy's, 8 o'clock Eastern, 5 Pacific time. That's right here on ESPN. And, well, we thought you wanted to know, so here's a look at my picks. I'll go with the greatest story, fuzzy, feel-good story of the year in Brad Banks of Iowa, then McGahee and Dorsey, 1, 2, 3 in that order. Bob, you? I'll let you know. Way to play?
Wait.
Keep him
Wait a little bit. Let me think about it.
Okay. Second down and 10. Faulkner in deep trouble, and he wisely throws it away. As for Bob Davies' Heisman picks,
I'm going to go with Carson Palmer. The reason, coached against him 4 years, had the opportunity to recruit him. I like him. I think he's hotter right now than any quarterback in country, but he played the toughest schedule. No comment?
Good choice as well. Good choice. I just thought I'd go with Banks. We saw Iowa so frequently, and he was on nobody's radar at the beginning of the season. Third down and 10. Faulkner completes it to Reggie Mosley. And as for Holly Rowe, Holly, who do you like?
Well, guys, I like Brad Banks. And I know because we covered Iowa a lot this year that I was kind of thinking maybe it wasn't an objective view. So I went back and looked at all the numbers and compared everybody. And I think that he stands on his own as a Heisman contender. I was frustrated that a lot of people looked back to Ken Dorsey's entire career instead of just 1 year. I think Brad Banks had the best year of anybody.
Point well taken.
Mark, this is huge right here. Fourth down and about 1.5 yards.
And they run a trick play, and it works to Jenkins. The quarterback, Buster Faulkner, walked away from the snap in a move of deception, and it worked against Grand Valley State.
Mark, very well designed play right here by Chris Hatcher. Buster Faulkner, the quarterback you mentioned, he's going to walk away like he's going to be in a position to call timeout. Then it's a direct snap right here to Jenkins on the lead play, and they convert the first down.
No deception and no gain on that play. Jenkins brought down.
Go ahead and just watch that play in real time. Jenkins on the direct snap. Big first down.
Well, Hatcher is a disciple of Hal Mumme, and Hal Mumme is a coach that had a lot of tricks up his sleeve.
I asked him if he was going to wear on that towel around his neck on the sidelines. Which you already saw Hal Mumme.
Didn't do that deal, huh?
He said he wasn't going to get near that.
Second down and 12 for Valdosta State. Trailing 24-6. Complete to Mosley. On the screen, brought down at the 29-yard line. Good tackling by Dan Hosford.
Mark, excuse me. One thing I found out, don't run the bubble where Estes is. Estes is too quick. The lineman can't get out and block him. Watch Melvin Estes here. He attacks that bubble screen before it can develop. He's too quick. Throw it away from him.
The 5'11" senior having a heck of a day. 10th play of the drive for the Blazers. Adams in motion. Heat coming again. Complete. Adams brought down at the 23-yard line, about 5 yards shy of the first down.
Great read by Buster Faulkner. Grand Valley comes with the weak side zone blitz. They drop the safety down. Here's the soft spot, and he's going to throw the football out in the flat against 3D. Excellent read of figuring out what side the zone blitz was coming from and throwing the football away from it.
Fourth down, and this time there will be no trickery. They'll call a timeout. They're 12-16 on fourth downs this season. Back with more in just a minute. Clear, cool night here in Florence, Alabama. Grand Valley State looking to go 14-0 and take home a national title with the lead right now, 24-6. Valdosta State with a great reputation, but they need some results right now. Flags down in the play. Faulkner in trouble and brought down, sacked to the 31-yard line by Orlando Williams.
Mark, I think we're going to get an offsides right here that will turn it into a 4th and short. for Valdosta.
Brian Kelly's going to make sure that he coaches this thing right through to the end. The full 60 minutes, as they led for most of the game until the final 29 seconds last year.
You're going to see right here on the replay, they're coming with the inside linebacker blitz. Orlando Williams is up in that A gap. Excuse me, William Gray is up in that A gap. There you see John Jancic, the defensive coordinator for Grand Rapids, on the sidelines. He lived with Chris Hatcher when they coached together at UCF, so he knows this offense extremely well. John Jancic's done a great job at Grand Valley State.
4th and short. Faulkner keeps it himself. Looks like he got the first down. Yeah, you alluded to the fact that Jancic and Hatcher were roommates. He said just half jokingly, Bob, geez, I wish I would have paid more attention to his offensive philosophies. Try and decipher and decode some of those things that are going on in the field right now. So far, though, Jancic right there, his defense doing an outstanding job holding an offense that usually averages some 34 points a game to just 6 so far. First down and 10 for Valdosta State. Faulkner on the move. Boy, he can be elusive all the way down to the 8-yard line near the first down. Let's go downstairs to Holly.
Hey guys, we see Buster Faulkner running for his life. Well, he had to fight for his life to get this quarterback job. 6 different players auditioned for the job last spring, and he was a walk-on. Somehow, though, he made it through that entire workout, and he came out of spring as the #1 guy. Chris Hatcher said, I just liked him because the kid's a winner. He won a state championship in high school, and he doesn't have the greatest skills in the world, but he wills our team to a win.
Yeah, Holly, from a great program, Parkview in Georgia.
And Chris Hatcher said his goal is simple. Talking about Buster Faulkner, get the ball to the wide receivers and let them run. Mark, he's completing 65% of his passes on the season, so he's done a great job starting as a sophomore.
Hey, 41 touchdowns and speaks for itself. Today, 21 of 32. This is the 13th play of the drive coming up for Valdosta State, their longest drive of the night. 4:21 to go. They trail 24-6. 4:21 to go in the third period. Little I formation this time for the Blazers. Jenkins stopped at about the 7-yard line by Keontae Marshall.
Grand Rapids, excuse me, I said Grand Rapids again because it's located right outside of Grand Rapids. Grand Valley State really strong up front, Mark, on defense. 6 transfers on that defense. So taking advantage of those Division II rules where they're immediately eligible to play.
Toss into the boundary. Jenkins, touchdown, Blazers. Jenkins with his 11th rushing touchdown this year.
Valdosta going back to I formation football, run the football in the end zone, and Mark, this is still a football game.
Oh, very much so.
I'm a little bit surprised that Valdosta doesn't go for 2 right here, down 24-12.
As they line up to kick the extra point, Will Rohde. And he knocks it through, and the lead is down to just 11 points with 3:51 to go in the third quarter.
Chris Hatcher's not known for I formation football, but you see the fullback Lee Tarpley on the lead block on the toss sweep. Just simply toss the ball to Aaron Jenkins. He cuts it back inside, actually cuts back. And if you're Aaron Jenkins, you like this kind of hole right there, Mark. That's a crater in there.
Oh, looked like it. You can bet that John Jancic and his defense haven't forgotten about, I wouldn't call it a collapse, but a couple of plays that really cost them the title last year. One of them, the big gainer on a blitz they came with late, which took the ball all the way down to their own 1-yard line by North Dakota.
And just an intangible thing, I think, in this game, Mark. Valdosta's average margin of victory in the playoffs, 6 points. Grand Valley's 40 points. So Valdosta's been behind before. They've been in a bunch of tough football games. This football team ain't gonna quit.
Yeah.
And here, what you talk about, the scramble kickoff, if we can take a look right here at the kickoff formation, they scramble so that Grand Valley cannot figure out and count out who to block.
Here's a look at Banks on the return. Spins out of harm's way out to the 31-yard line.
Banks on the return.
Well, this is number 1 against number 2 for just the second time in the 30-year history of the D2 championship game. Grand Valley State, number 1. Valdosta State, number 2. Those two teams have held those respective rankings for about the last 14 consecutive weeks.
Mark, and this is a big-time trip. They come down here Thursday night, Friday night, both teams staying after the game tonight. Florence, Alabama's had this for 17 straight years. They do a great job. This is a great opportunity for these players to play in a national championship game.
It's been a wonderful week. Lesniak in the ball game, brought down to the 33-yard line after game 2. Jason Kost, the Mike linebacker, middle linebacker, making the stop. I'm starting to sound like you now, Mike linebacker, huh?
Well, you're picking up the lingo as we go.
A little football 101 on ESPN.com. That's what will happen to you, folks. Start reading that stuff enough. The second down at about 8.
1-yard gain, 2nd and 9.
The tailback in the game right now, Lesniak, he was all-conference last year before being replaced this year by Reggie Spearman, so he's a good football player.
Haynes to Kircus, incomplete at midfield. Kircus appeared to lose his footing while coming out of his break. And it'll be 3rd down and long now for Grand Valley State.
Valdosta, Mark, gets away with one here. It's a broken coverage. They come with the weak side zone blitz. They gave up the outside thirds. Just too much pressure for Curt to make a good completion. 3rd down and 8 right here. Huge play in this football game for Valdosta's defense. Once again, up at the top, Kircus isolated away from the 3 receivers.
Haynes to pass. Completes it for the first down at the 40-yard line. Number 30, Mike Holloway, the backup tight end with his first reception of the ball game.
That is a huge reception by Mike Holloway. He's in the football game for number 87, Phil Condon. So everybody in the stadium thought it was going to go outside, and you see the tight end sit down right here between the zone, and it's a great throw right in there between 2 zone defenders.
No time for the defense to catch his collective breath. This offense likes to go to quick tempo. Lesniak breaking a couple of tackles for a small guy all the way down to the 47-yard line. Wesley Brown making the stop. It'll be 2nd down and about 2 to go for Grand Valley State. A gain of 8.
Lesniak is an explosive back. Almost broke that thing out of there. And if it wasn't for the tackle by Wesley Brown, he might have taken that one to the end zone.
Ball at the 47. Kircus split wide to the bottom of your screen. Handed off to Lesniak. He's brought down behind the line of scrimmage at the 49-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and about 4 to go. Good tackle by Jason Kost.
Another 3rd down opportunity for Valdosta's defense here on this 3rd and 4. They've played consistent. They played hard. They need to step up now, Marcus. A big chance for them right here to get this football back.
The result of that last long drive by the offense kept the defense a little rested. The 4th 10 on 3rd down, Grand Valley State is.
You see the empty formation. 3 receivers to one side, 2 to the other side.
Haynes complete. They got the first down to Banks.
The number 5,
finally at the 37-yard line, but once again, Haynes showing a lot of calm, a lot of cool, a lot of moxie in the pocket. Converts on 3rd.
On the stop. Timeout for an injured player.
Aganga Williams shaken up on the play. A strong safety, backup strong safety for Valdosta State. As time winds down here in the 3rd period with 1:14 to go.
Terrence Banks is actually the leading receiver for Grand Valley. You're going to see him on 3rd down and 5. He's the short option route runner that you want to get his hands on the football and let him run with it after the catch. Right there you see Ains, a good job of finding him on the option route. He sits down, then he spins out of there and gets a 1st down yardage. This is a good lick right here at the end of this play. We didn't get an opportunity to see it.
Terrence Banks came into this ball game with over 1,104 yards. Let's go downstairs to Holly.
Guys, I have a very unusual story. The women's volleyball team from Grand Valley State came all the way from Michigan down to Northern Alabama to play in a volleyball tournament 3 months ago. Knowing the national championship game was going to be here, the girls snuck in here and made this little tape sign that said Laker Football 2002. They stuck it to the scoreboard, and they told all the football players, check for our sign when you go back in. They said they hoped it gave them karma for this national championship game. It was still here.
Wow, Holly, that's pretty amazing. Did they sneak in here on the darkness and cover of night? I guess, is there any truth, Bob, to the rumor they tried to tear down the goalpost, take them home, and couldn't fit it in the van? I'm not sure.
I don't know, but that's a great story right there by Holly. And once again, you talk about Grand Valley State, 2nd in the Sears Cup. All points for all sports in Division II. Great athletic program.
Williams running off the field under his own power.
Back-to-back 3rd down conversions, Mark, for Grand Valley State.
Curt Ains has come a long way since a 10-year-old. When his dad, John, tested his accuracy by having him throw at a 4x4 post in the backyard at home from 20 yards away. It's all about accuracy. This time he hands it off to Lesniak. Boy, you see the change of pace between Lesniak and Spearman. And folks, 1954, what a year. Bear Bryant took 115 players into the heat and desert of Junction, Texas. Only 35 made the cut. The movie debuts tonight at 9 Eastern Time, The Junction Boys. From all reviews, Bob, it's supposed to be very, very compelling and entertaining.
And I've had a chance to talk to some people that had a chance to pre-screen it and see it. And they're football people. They'd say it's a great, great movie.
Under a minute to go here in the 3rd quarter. Lesniak on the wrap.
Lesniak
Brought
again
down
near the
right near the 1st down at the 27-yard line by Aganga Williams, who was shaken up a few moments ago.
And we have to talk about Grand Valley State's offensive line. It's an experienced group. Only 10 sacks given up coming in all season. And, Mark, it really doesn't matter which running backs in that football game. They all seem to gain yardage, and that's a credit to this offensive line. They do a great job on those angle blocking schemes that you see so much of. And also the jailbreak screens where you see those linemen pulling out in front.
Let me ask you this. With all the screening, with the bubble screen, jailbreaks, and the wrap plays, do you need a special type of offensive lineman in there?
I think that's a great point, Mark. With these spread offenses, you see a much more athletic type of offensive lineman than you saw several years ago when teams were just big zone teams.
Laker fans making the drive some 14 hours.
How about this guy right here on that helmet?
Louis the Laker, right?
Yeah, he's intimidating looking cat, isn't he? See Curt Ains changing the play from the sidelines at the line of scrimmage.
Looking Kircus' way, but he hands it off to Lesniak. Fighting to stay afoot, but brought down finally for a loss of about 2 yards.
I'm impressed with Lesniak. He is a quick little running back.
Came into the game with 9 touchdowns on the season. Almost 700 yards rushing. And the Grand Valley State University Lakers now just 15 minutes away from a title.
BMW Z4 Roadster, the ultimate driving machine.
For a limited time, lease the new BMW Z4 2.5i for $399 a month.
Hello, Imagistics. Our copy machine isn't working. What's going on?
Imagistics service call.
Machines are down. Imagistics down? No way.
For over 25 years, corporate America has relied on us, Imagistics, providing dependable office document equipment and unparalleled service.
This Christmas. A diamond is forever.
You have the ultimate power to look better, to be stronger, to redefine your body and yourself. This is the Bowflex Power Pro. Quite possibly the most effective home fitness machine ever made. In as little as 20 minutes a day, 3 times a week, you can get real results that can change your entire body. With over 60 health club quality exercises and up to 410 pounds of resistance, it's like having an entire gym in your home. Bowflex is so effective that we guarantee you'll get the results you want in 6 weeks or less. You can own a Bowflex with no money down and payments as low as $33 per month. Call and ask for a free video and brochure, and check out the entire Bowflex lineup, or visit us on the web today. Redefine your body with Bowflex.
Welcome back, everyone, to Florence, Alabama. The Division II National Championship. Grand Valley State with the lead, 24-13, as we begin the fourth quarter here. It is 2nd down and 13 to go for the Lakers. Now just 15 minutes away from completing a storybook season. Kircus on the catch. Stopped at the 14-yard line, and he picked up another first down, working on Elliott Burks, a 14-yard gain.
Mark, what makes it so difficult, once again, trips receivers over here, and you leave the cornerback one-on-one. You're going to see the safety come on the blitz, one-on-one coverage. You cannot stop Kircus on the backside. So anytime you roll your coverage over to the trips, you come back to the one receiver route. If you don't roll it and you keep the safety weak, they go out to the trip side because they have a numbers advantage.
Gives them a first down, and Spearman back in the ball game, brought down immediately at the 19 by Jason Kost. Kircus today has gone over 200 yards receiving, has a couple of touchdown catches, and he continues to rewrite the D2 record books. And the defense, 5 sacks and 2 interceptions, making a statement as well. A unit that's sometimes overlooked because of all the fireworks on offense.
No question. And an amazing stat, Grand Valley with 234 yards run after the catch in this football game.
12th play of the drive, pass complete. Banks stopped up right as he made the catch at the 16-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and long. Wesley Brown making the tackle in the play for Valdosta State.
Valdosta will run and hit you. There's no question about that. I'm really impressed with this defensive football team, with their effort and how they run to the football, Mark. Once again, you notice that you see Grand Valley State in the trips formation, 3 receivers to the top, 1 receiver to the bottom, but now 1 receiver down here is Kircus. Very tough deciding where to roll your coverage.
Haynes looking Kircus's way. Touchdown! No, now they're saying incomplete. They're saying it's incomplete.
A great route and a well-timed throw by Curt Haynes to David Kircus. We're going to get a chance to look at it again. I don't think he did have control of that football. It was hard to see from that angle, but you could see that the ball squirted out, Mark.
In to attempt a field goal now from 33 yards out. Already made one from 38. It's snuffed out. And Valdosta State stays alive.
You have to love the heart of Valdosta State's defense. They have hung in here this whole afternoon, and Mark, that may be the spark right there on the field goal to give them a chance. But I go back. Coming into this game, Grand Valley scores so many touchdowns. They only attempted 9 field goals all year. Today they've missed a fake field goal opportunity, and now they botched the field goal handling right there.
Giving Valdosta State a little bit of life. A nice run over the left side by Aaron Jenkins. Gain of about 7. One more look at the drop touchdown pass by Kircus.
Amazing when you look back on football games how things happen. Right there you see the drop touchdown pass by David Kircus, which leads to the botched field goal, and now momentum definitely on the side of Valdosta.
Valdosta State trying to keep its dream 14-0 season alive. Jenkins getting to the corner. Got the first down at the 40-yard line. Aaron Jenkins tackled by Orlando Williams. They'll move the chains.
Because Grand Valley State has chosen to play a lot of 2D, 5 under coverage, maximum coverage to take away the short crossing routes, Aaron Jenkins is the best weapon right now running the football against Grand Valley. But how long can Valdosta stay patient here, Mark? That's the key.
A good part of the period remains with 12:10 to go in the fourth. Blitz coming. Faulkner sacked back at the 30. Estes once again. That's the 6th sack of the day for the Laker defense.
Melvin Estes, you're going to see coming from the field right here on the blitz. A zone blitz concept. Melvin Estes, Mark, defensive football player of the game today. He has played a great football game. Valdosta, if they could have remained patient and run the football, they give up the big sack to make the 2nd and 20.
They haven't had anyone to match up with Estes today. Aaron Jenkins, the lone back. Pass complete to Mosley, and Mosley is brought down at the 37-yard line by Scott Mackey. It'll be 3rd down.
14, Scott Mackey.
And about 13 to go.
3rd and 14.
Important play coming up for Valdosta State to keep this drive alive. They got a fresh breath of life in stuffing out that field goal attempt. They're 3 of 15, though, on 3rd down today.
See Grand Valley again in their 3-man front package. Linebackers up in. They decide to bring the linebacker on a twist stunt.
And here they go, complete. Jenkins didn't get the yardage necessary. Pushed out of bounds at the 41 by Darren Smith. It'll be 4th down, and in they come to punt.
Mark, and you have to go back again to the 1st down call by Chris Hatcher with momentum on Valdosta's side, running the football, giving it to Aaron Jenkins. You get a little bit greedy and try to go down the field, and they sack you for a 10-yard loss.
Yeah, Jenkins got a nice chunk on 1st down, and that's Dustin Dodson, the injured center for Valdosta State. Be 4th down and 7. They'll punt. This is the 7th punt of the day for the Blazers.
Valdosta, one of the few teams in the country, Mark, that go with tight punt with no gunners. Most teams you see with the wide gunners, they chose to go tight punt and zone protect. They almost got that one blocked.
Lakers brought a little heat up the middle, and Mackey calls for the fair catch for the 2nd time in this ball game. That for somebody that hadn't called for one the entire season. We'll be right back.
Where is it?
It's
great.
Well, come on in.
Wow.
Told you. You have this in your living room. Mm-hmm. It's just speechless, aren't you?
Full-on high definition, flat-out gorgeous color. Sharp, crisp, clear, plasma TV. this is it.
Congrats, my man.
Thank you. What is this, about 4 inches thick?
3 9/16 actually. Hey, don't touch.
Man, I would never leave the house.
I'd never leave the room.
So, can I stay over? Seriously.
Where can you get the big names in plasma technology with professional installation? Where can you get 0% financing? Where can you get online information and a price match guarantee? Sears, where else?
The new BMW Z4 Roadster. The ultimate driving machine.
For a limited time, lease the new BMW Z4 2.5i for $399 a month.
Back under the lights here in Florence, Alabama, Braley Municipal Stadium. Fourth quarter action, 10.5 minutes to go. Grand Valley State leading 24-13. I'm Mark Jones along with Bob Davey and Holly Rowe. A very compelling Division II championship game. Ames escapes harm's way. There's a flag down, and Ames is brought down at the 14. Darrell Baker made the sack on the play. There's a flag down at the 28. And Kircus is limping downfield.
Mark, it may be holding on number 31, Elliot Burks, the corner on David Kircus.
That's what they just called.
As we see Kircus shaken up a little bit on the play. Valdosta went man-free coverage. Elliot Burks locked man-to-man on David Kircus. David Kircus had him beat on the sidelines, and I do think Elliot Burks reached up and held him.
Look at the day that Kircus has had. 208 yards and a couple of touchdown catches. One more look at what happened on that play.
Once again, man-to-man, bump and run. Kircus right there.
Oh, a somersault.
A lot of jostling going on. I'm not sure who initiated that contact. It looked like David Kircus came off and actually initiated it.
Here's Spearman, hog-tied at the 32 by Lyons.
Fatari Lyons. Valdosta is a defensive front. A lot of tackles for a loss. A lot of penetration by this front. It's an explosive front. You're going to look right here at Fatari Lyons.
He jumped up over the block.
A lot of athleticism on that front.
He jumped right over that block and made the tackle. A la LeVar Arrington. Second down and 11. Aims to pass and sacked back at the 24-yard line by Dwayne Smith. He's their stud, their leader up front. Third and long.
Dwayne Smith, the biggest impact defensive lineman for Valdosta, comes and just one-on-one beats the offensive center, Tom Hosford, and gets a big-time sack. Sets up 3rd and 25 right here, I believe, Mark. 3rd and 20.
Long way to go. That's the 3rd sack of the day for Valdosta State.
And you have to think about jailbreak screen right here if you're Valdosta.
Kircus split wide to the top of your screen, and they blow it dead. They were trying to set that up, Bob.
Valdosta fortunate that they did blow it dead. Valdosta surprisingly.
On the offense. 5 yards from the previous spot. Remain 3rd down.
Brian Kelly licking his chops because Valdosta on 3rd and 19 is going to play man-to-man coverage. That jailbreak screen that Kircus was again set up, Mark. I'll be very surprised if they play man-to-man again on this snap.
It looks like they're lined up that way again. 3rd and 24. And a little motion on the left side of the offensive line. Westrick, number 70. Perhaps moving prematurely for Grand Valley State. And this drive seemingly imploding for the Lakers.
Dead ball. False start. On the offense. 5 yards from the previous spot. Remains 3rd down.
This is what athleticism does. In the case of Valdosta State, going against an offensive line, Grand Valley State, that has not seen this kind of quickness and athleticism, Mark.
It's just an 11-point game with 8:21 to go in the fourth quarter.
And Brian Kelly likes what he gets when he's in empty, but it looks like Valdosta's going to go ahead and play two-deep zone right here against this.
They hand it out to Spearman, the reverse now to Banks, and he's got a blocker ahead of him. Oh, he put the brakes on, but he appeared to have a little bit more room up the sideline. Lions, once again, covering some ground and making the stop. Number 58 for Valdosta State, a pickup of 13, but far short of the first down.
Mark, off the empty, we've watched Grand Valley do this all year. There is some speed on this football field. You look at the pursuit right here by Valdosta. These teams may not be the biggest, but I'll tell you what, they play fast and they play hard. C.J. Mosley, 4 block punts for Valdosta this season, number 15.
Bring in a little bit of pressure. Wow. And a great rocket punt by Renner. Mosley on the return. And he's pushed out of bounds. And up near the first row at the 36-yard line, folks. Hey, plenty of football to go with 7:20 to go in the fourth quarter. Sometimes it's not safe, even for punters.
Coming up on SportsCenter is the American League MVP headed to the Arizona desert. The Gators trying to take a bite out of the Terps' home dominance, and we count down to what may be the closest Heisman race ever. SportsCenter, 7 Eastern.
It's the most wonderful week of the year. With those 50-yard kickings and risky flea flickings, the crowd starts
Capital One Bowl Week, December 23rd through January 1st on ESPN and ESPN2.
Hey, careful. You know how much that thing cost?
No, how much?
Now, while supplies last, get the $180 Motorola V60T flip phone absolutely free with mail-in rebate. Plus, get 1,000 anytime minutes for just $40 and get free nationwide long distance. Hurry, get to Centennial because the Motorola flip phone offer is only available while supplies last. Relax, you're with friends.
The NCAA Division II Football Championship, brought to you by the new BMW Z4 Roadster and by Musco Lighting. From community ball fields to professional sports stadiums, Musco makes sports lighting happen.
Back here in Florence, Alabama, 7:20 to go in the fourth quarter. I'm Mark Jones along with Bob Davey, Holly Rowe down in the field. Valdosta State, folks, in the last 6 minutes of the ball game, has stolen back the momentum in their favor. In good starting field position, Jenkins. Here, the 42, got about 5. It'll be 2nd and 5 to go. Brought down by Lucius Hawkins.
Jenkins can run, Mark. Grand Valley State comes with the double inside linebacker blitz, and Jenkins just breaks it outside using true speed to break contain. He is, without a doubt, Valdosta's best weapon right now in this football game.
And the fastest player on the field. Here he is again, bumped down at the 42-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and about 4 to go. Hawkins once again making the stop on Jenkins.
I don't think there's any doubt that you have 2 downs right here to make a first down on 3rd and 4. But right here, 6:30 left in that game. Faulkner's going to have to make a play.
Mosley, the team's top receiver, split wide to the top of your screen. And Faulkner's going to keep it himself on a called play. And it looks like he got to the first down. Oh, it's close.
Near the first down.
Just across the 45 at the 46-yard line. Buster Faulkner put his hat down and got some yardage.
Mark, we see this decide play every week where you fake the ball and you read the defensive end. The defensive end closes. Faulkner keeps the football. They don't run a lot of quarterback decide or predetermined quarterback runs. But right there, Faulkner, I think, picked up the first down with a great effort.
And he did. There's 6:03 to go. Down 11. And remember, instead of going for 2 the last time they scored a touchdown, the Blazers went for the kick.
Mark, and if you're Chris Hatcher right now, expect heat from Grand Valley State. Because remember back a few plays ago, 1st and 10, Valdosta came with play action. Grand Valley sacked them. You have the feeling Valdosta has to throw the football right here. Expect those 2 outside linebackers to come with pressure. Here they come.
Faulkner going up top, threw it to the outside. His receiver, C.J. Lofton, cut inside. Folks, later tonight, the most wide open and anticipated Heisman in history revealed. Dorsey, McGahee of Miami, Palmer of USC, Johnson of Penn State, Banks of Iowa, all with a shot at the most prestigious award in college football. Don't miss the Heisman presentation presented by Wendy's at 8 Eastern. 5:45 to go in the 4th. There's the screen once again. Mosley down to the 46, about 2 yards short of the first down. Reggie Mosley using some of that 4.46 speed. 3rd and 2.
I want you to watch Keonata Watson right here, the nose guard. Great pursuit right here. Inside out. That's the nose guard out there, Mark, stopping that jailbreak screen. He can run.
Chris Hatcher's crew has really hung tough. They line up out of the eye. Haven't seen this formation much. On 3rd and short, 3 to go. Little toss. Got some room, got the first down. Jenkins. They move the chain. Jenkins down to the 32. Lucius Hawkins pushing him out. And the Blazers are alive and well with 4:59 to go.
Simple toss sweep. Same play they scored the touchdown on. This time Jenkins takes it outside. Breaks contain once again. Expect play action right here, Mark. Off the I formation, expect play action, throw the football down the field.
Jenkins now has gone over 100 yards rushing. Grand Valley State calls a timeout. Coach Hatcher looking to pull the right string, press the right button when we come back.
With 150 available accessories, the Dremel rotary tool is always the right tool for the job. You'll do just about anything to use it. The Dremel rotary tool. Make sure it's on your list.
Hey homeowners, what would you do to avoid the stress of qualifying for a home loan?
Anything.
Understandable, but that also means you don't get all the benefits of refinancing. You know, like extra cash for home improvements, even lowering your monthly payments by up to hundreds of dollars. AmeriQuest Mortgage understands why you hesitate. That's why we've made getting a loan so easy. For example, at AmeriQuest, you work with one local loan advisor throughout. Someone who actually does the paperwork for you and treats you like more than a credit score. With 2 decades of experience, AmeriQuest has perfected the art of the no-stress home loan. To experience that for yourself, call AmeriQuest at 1-800-335-7691 or go to AmeriQuest.com. That's 1-800-335-7691. Call AmeriQuest, the company that knows you are more.
America is cheering the Junction Boys. Behringer's performance is undeniably forceful. His steeliest glare since Platoon.
I will not lose.
A rarity. ESPN scores. The Junction Boys, tonight at 9 p.m. on ESPN.
Oh, the Blazers throwing their best punches right now, trying to make a comeback here at Braley Municipal Stadium. I'm Mark Jones along with Bob Davey and Holly Rowe here in the latter part of the ball game. Valdosta State has rallied to within 11 points. First down and 10 from Grand Valley State's 31. Faulkner to pass, looking for Mosley, incomplete in the end zone.
Faulkner pass, incomplete.
Mark, I am really impressed with these two football teams. Not only style of play and level of play, because when you watch these tapes and you don't know the size differential between these and Division I players, you can't tell a whole lot of difference. This is big-time football, but also the effort that these teams put into this.
There's a certain amount of maturity and sincerity and appreciation and flat-out love for the game that really is rife with every player on the field today. 2nd and 10. Jenkins brought down at the 35 by Keontae Marshall. It'll be 3rd down and long. About 14 to go.
Mark, this nose guard, Keontae Marshall right here, he's a player now. He is a bull. You're going to watch him just swim to center, penetration into the backfield. I don't know how Hawaii let him get off that island and come back home to Michigan.
It's a long swim. Faulkner on the screen. Complete to Lofton. Run out of bounds at the 26-yard line, short of the 1st down.
Mark, we go back to excuse me, Mark. We go back to Keontae Marshall at nose guard. The left guard, Torrey Howard, is now playing center, number 57, in for Dustin Dodson. So that becomes a really difficult matchup right now for Valdosta. And you see Keontae Marshall in the backfield just about every snap.
4th down, Bob. 4 yards to go. They've converted both times today on 4th down. Split backs behind Faulkner. Trying to get the Lakers to jump offside, and they don't bite. Faulkner calls a timeout. And we'll take one with them. We'll be right back.
BMW Z4 Roadster, the ultimate driving machine.
For a limited time, lease the new BMW Z4 2.5i for $399 a month.
Even with osteoarthritis, these arms still have a way with the ladies. These legs hardly miss a beat. And these hands. These hands haven't lost their touch. Celebrate. There's Celebrex. Just one Celebrex lasts 24 hours and provides strong arthritis pain relief. People with aspirin-sensitive asthma or allergic reactions due to aspirin or other arthritis medicines or certain drugs called sulfonamide should not take Celebrex. In rare cases, serious stomach problems such as bleeding can occur without warning. Tell your doctor if you have kidney or liver problems. Ask your doctor to find out if prescription Celebrex is right for you and call 1-888-CELEBREX. Celebrex for strong 24-hour relief of arthritis pain.
4th down and 4 in this, the 4th quarter of the Division II championship game. A couple of undefeated teams, Grand Valley State and Valdosta State. Brody in to attempt a field goal from 43 yards out. And wow. He knocks it through with authority.
He drilled it, Mark.
Cuts the lead to 8 points. 3 for 3 on the day with 3:30 to go. Brody right down the highway. We'll be right back.
Napa presents The Master Technician.
Hi, Sam Amolo here. You know, sometimes just getting a grip on a fastener can be a real problem.
Tell me about it.
Now Napa has the solution. Hey, sport, you, check this out. Try the latest from Gear Wrench. It's the original ratcheting combination wrench, and now
it flexes.
Bingo, all the way up to 90 degrees. So not only can you reach fasteners you couldn't reach before, but with Gear Wrench, your grip won't slip. Under the hood or around the house, Napa's new 57-piece Flex Gear Wrench tool set has everything you need to get tough jobs done fast and done right the first time. And Gear Wrench can turn a fastener with as little as 5 degrees of movement. A standard wrench needs 6 times more space. The difference is Gear Force technology, and only Gear Wrench has it.
And don't forget, it flexes. The 57-piece Flex Gear Wrench tool set, available exclusively at participating Napa Auto Parts stores and at Napa Online for just $59.99. And for a limited time, save $10 with our mail-in rebate.
Napa, we're the pro shop. Who said there's nothing good on TV?
Only a touchdown and a 2-point conversion separate Valdosta State and Grand Valley State right now. And folks, don't forget, coming up after the game, Sports Center with John Bucci-Gross and Matt Weiner. Heisman Trophy preview with the show coming up soon. And the Terps lose at home to Florida. Hey, what about that? And is Oakland shopping Miguel Tejada, the American League MVP? Some of the stories on Sports Center coming up after the game. Lesniak on the return, running east-west and going nowhere fast. Tackle in the 4.
Mark, you have to love the way this is playing out for Valdosta. First, the decision by Chris Hatcher to kick the field goal, put them within 8, and they drilled that field goal. Then with Grand Valley State, with their hands team or their expecting onside team on the field, they kick the ball deep, and Lesniak is forced to eat it about the 4-yard line. So it's playing out extremely well right now. It's up to Valdosta's defense, and it's an attacking front that forces negative plays.
And they've gotten a lot of valuable rest because the offense has moved the ball here in the second half.
You see Grand Valley and eye back, something that they're not really used to doing, but they're going to go down the field.
For Kircus. Oh! Broken up. What a play by Elliott Burks.
What a big-time play by Elliott Burks. We've seen him all day with some reckless plays, and we have him ISO'd. I'm a little bit surprised at the play call right there by Brian Kelly. This is a great play, Mark. Great play of looking back and making a play on the football. Great effort by Elliott Burks. Sets up second down, and Grand Valley did not have to use a timeout. Now stop the run if you're Valdosta.
Out of the shotgun, Lesniak. And Ames. And it's fumbled. Oh my goodness, what a turn of events.
Touchdown, Valdosta.
Valdosta touchdown, Tim Thompson.
And you have to wonder, why are we in the shotgun? But Grand Valley is a shotgun team.
Curt Ames fumbling the snap.
Mark, and you've gone all year with your best bag of tricks when it comes to 2-point plays. And I wouldn't be surprised if Valdosta calls timeout here. But in some ways, there's an injured player down. It gives Valdosta time right now to communicate, come up with your best 2-point play.
Tim Thompson recovered the loose ball. Remember that, number 91, Thompson also made the interception on Ames earlier in the ball game. One more look at the miscue.
It's amazing, but Curt Ames just does not catch the football. It's that simple. It was a good snap, just did not make a play catching the ball. And what a way, Mark, to come down to the end in the national championship game. It looked as though Curt Ames was trying to check right there, coming towards the line of scrimmage.
Tim Thompson, the speed rusher off the edge. One more look. Yeah, he was looking the other way. And that's the 3rd turnover of the day for Grand Valley State, and arguably easily the most costly. Thompson is the injured player on the field for Valdosta State. We're going to take a short break, come back for the conversion when an attempt to tie this game up. We'll be back.
Why are guys so hot to see Drumline? Get the picture? Drumline, rated PG-13, now playing only in theaters.
How to speak Australian. Devotion. Beer. Foster's Australian for beer.
back at Braley Municipal Stadium, Florence, Alabama. Number 91, Tim Thompson, being carried off the field for Valdosta State Blazers. He just recovered a fumble in the end zone for a touchdown to put his team to within 2 points of tying this championship game.
A lot of time for Chris Hatcher to come back and have time for his two-point play. But right here, just a fumbled exchange. Tim Thompson falls on the football. I may be old school, but being in the shotgun coming out of my own end zone is difficult for me to swallow.
This will be for the tie. They set up to go for two, and Grand Valley State calls a timeout. Last year, it came down to the last 29 seconds. Grand Valley State's defense didn't quite hold up. Will they this year? The injured warrior on the sideline, Tim Thompson, and Ains, one of his counterparts. We'll be back.
Hey, Lisa, fill you up?
Oui, merci beaucoup. Ça serait très bien. What'll it be, girls? Deux œufs avec du jambon. Et aussi un bout de thé.
2 eggs and ham, Jimmy.
With the new American Express card,
Merci beaucoup.
the things you buy every day can earn you double points with no expiration dates for incredible rewards.
I'm guessing we're in Paris by springtime. Bonjour!
This is turning into a battle of attrition. That's Marquise Turner, the starting cornerback for Valdosta State, being carried off the field.
And Mark, let's set the stage. One team 14-0, one team 13-0. They played since August without a break, and it's down to a two-point play to tie the game.
Faulkner out of the shotgun. He's going to take it and pass it. It's a tie game. Lofton.
Jesse Tuggle has just leaped out of the stadium. Incredible turn of events right here, Mark. The young sophomore quarterback, Buster Faulkner, steps up, thought about running into the end zone, and then just shot put it for the two-point play.
Valdosta State trailed by a score of 24-6. They have stormed back with 18 consecutive points to tie the game at 24-all. What looked like almost certain victory for Grand Valley State a few minutes ago is now in the balance.
Let's watch it again. Right here, Faulkner sees the grass. There's the goal line, but he's going to stop. And right here, Mark, he shot puts the ball to C.J. Lofton for the touchdown. And we are tied, and there's 3 minutes and 9 seconds left. Grand Valley with no timeouts, Valdosta with 2 timeouts. Now Grand Valley has to run it out. And let's look at Chris Hatcher and Buster Faulkner.
Buster Faulkner, what he may lack in, you might call sex appeal or flash and dash, he certainly makes up for with results and efficiency. And how does Grand Valley State recover? There's Banks. Nice return out to the 32-yard line. Well, this is usually Ains and Kircus time. Don't forget, coming after the game, folks, at Sports Center, Bucci, Gross, and Weiner in the studio. Heisman race preview, basketball, and a little baseball news. But right here, right now, it's all about a couple teams trying to keep their picture-perfect seasons alive for the title.
Now Brian Kelly with the senior quarterback, Curt Ains, who's a little bit rattled right now. Grand Valley with 2 timeouts. Valdosta with 2 timeouts. No place right now for Grand Valley to play conservative, Mark. They have to go try to win this football game right now.
Elliot Burks is locked up on Kircus. That's the matchup to watch. And the catch made, round 1 goes to Kircus at the 40-yard line, about 2 yards shy of the first down, working on Burks.
And you have to think about the field goal problems that Grand Valley State has had. They missed a fake opportunity. They botched a snap. Very easily, Mark, this game could come down to a field goal right here.
No timeouts remaining for the Lakers. Kircus split to the top of the screen. On the out and up. Kircus caught it. They're in field goal range at the 26. He gave him the out and up move, and Ames was with him the whole way. That's the way their careers have played out. Why would it change now?
I'm a little bit surprised that Valdosta State goes to a 3 deep, but you're going to see a down, out, and up against the 3 deep corner, Elliot Burks. Great coaching by Grand Valley. Elliot Burks is an aggressive guy, Mark, that goes to make the big play.
They are now pretty much in field goal range for David Hendricks. But they may want more.
Usually the quick game when he puts them under center.
To Kircus, his knee was down as he caught the ball at the 26-yard line. It'll be second down and about 9 to go. There's a look at the place kicker, David Hendricks. 10 for 10 on the season, although earlier they had problems on the exchange and the hold in the snap.
Marcus, you see again the trips formation isolating Kircus up here at the top of the field on Elliot Burke. Here they come.
Pressure, they run the screen. That was almost picked off. Number 23, Aganga Williams, thinking he should have had that one. It'll be third down and 9. For those of you just joining us, it's number 1 Grand Valley against number 2 Valdosta, for only the second time in the history of this game. Two undefeated teams.
It's incredible. 27-0 between the two teams. It's 24-24. Minute and 20 seconds to go. And right here, it's about a 43-yard field goal from this spot on the field.
Kircus split to the top of your screen. Ames, right near the first down marker. Looks like he got it.
Mark, that's big time. That is big time.
Down to the 17.
Give Curt Ames credit right now of coming back. Once again, they're in trips. They get the single coverage at the top of the field, and he throws the out right here, and here's the first down marker. Great throw, great catch. That's big-time ball.
Oh, boy.
I don't care what level it is.
Kircus knew exactly where the marker was. 1:15 to go.
Now protect the football if you're Grand Valley State. Make sure you get a field goal opportunity.
They give it to Spearman. Got a good block ahead of him. Spearman followed that block all the way down to the 10. He ran behind and up the back of Lewis Dawson. Gain of about 7.
See Reggie Spearman, the little 5'8" tailback following these blocks. You don't want a holding penalty right now if you're Grand Valley State. You definitely don't want a mistake.
Last year they lost it in the dying minutes of the game. This year they're looking to win it. Grand Valley State, as Terrence Banks comes in motion to the right side.
Little different formation right now as you see Circa Kircus over to the trip side, Mark.
They run the screen, the bubble screen. Kircus. Touchdown!
Doesn't get any better than that.
Heck no.
24-24, all the momentum on the side of Valdosta. Grand Valley behind Curt Ames. David Kircus take the football the length of the field.
You could not have written a better script.
The only thing, they left 1 minute and 4 and 2 timeouts for Valdosta State.
They get the hold down, and the extra point is good. Kircus, meanwhile, what a way to go out. A career-high 270 yards receiving. Ames to Kircus. Ames and Kircus. Sounds like a law firm, and right now they're bringing law and order to the gridiron. Lots of time when we come back.
Driving down the road, I spot a dead emu. Having just lost my girlfriend, I decided Mike looked nice mounted in my pool room. However, it quickly becomes apparent that he's not dead. Not at all. I was a touch worried. until I awoke in a pool hall frequented by a local sorority. And I ask you, was this coincidence or part of something bigger?
31-24, Grand Valley State just going ahead on the Ains to Kircus pass and catch and run. Sports Center coming up after the game. Heisman race, capsules, college basketball. The Terps losing against Florida. And Miguel Tejada, is he on the trade block or isn't he? All that coming up on Sports Center. Now Valdosta State with timeouts remaining. They've got 2. Grand Valley State with none.
Should lateral that ball back to Aaron Jenkins.
Out to the 35-yard line. Number 82, Andre Zellmark.
Another way to find a bubble. Here you're going to see Kircus on the side of the trips. He's going to bubble out. Banks is going to come down and get a block. Another way to run the jailbreak to the trips. You're going to see Banks right there on a great shot block. And just a tremendous effort right here. Gets the ball into the end zone.
Kircus with a career day. What a way to cap a career.
Up to the young quarterback, Buster Faulkner, right now, Mark, with 2 timeouts.
And maybe showing a bit of his youth, fumbling the snap.
And we go back again to the center in the football game. Number 69, Dustin Dodson, hurt. They have to move Torrey Howard, number 57, to center, and that has hurt Valdosta here late in this football game.
Howard, the usual starting left guard.
Not only that, but Kenyatta lined up right across from him.
Faulkner looking downfield, and it's dropped by Lofton. Greg Lofton had it for the first down at midfield. It'll be 3rd down and 17.
Mark, they come back and they run the square into Lofton, CJ's younger brother. I mean, you have to make that play. You have to make that play. Unfortunate right there for Valdosta and Buster Faulkner.
27 seconds to go. 2 timeouts remaining. Jenkins in the flat. Tiptoes out of bounds at the 34-yard line. They've got to get to the 46. It'll be 4th down and 12 to go. This is the ball game with 20 seconds to play. Chris Hatcher's career ended here in '94 with a loss in double overtime in the championship game as a player.
Mark, and I think you have to go back to that square in that Lofton, number 7, dropped just a few minutes ago. The deep clear and run the square in right here. Bring him down and bring him underneath and clear.
Only one of these teams will remain undefeated. Faulkner stays alive. And it's picked off. Darren Smith with 7 seconds to play.
And a great scene over on the Grand Valley State sideline. Their student bodies come out of the stands, Mark. They drove 13 hours down here. They're going to get all they can get over there on that sidelines.
And what a way to punctuate a career of 2 great players in the school's history, Curt Ains and David Kircus. The 2 of them combining on that last drive to score moments ago. Ains going 5 for 5. All to Kircus. Total of 61 yards. And Coach Brian Kelly is about to corral the first championship in the school's history.
Mark, big-time players. Big-time players. I'm impressed with this whole atmosphere. And look at this scene on the field right here. This is as good as it gets anywhere at any level of football.
It is pure. It is true. They played off all the way down to the championship game. Grand Valley State coming out victorious, 31-24. Coming up next, Sports Center. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. For Bob Davey, Holly Rowe, and the rest of our ESPN gang from Florence, Alabama, I'm Mark Jones. Right now, it's Sports Center.